you all remember, you left off last session meditating in each of your quarters. In your meditations, you think of the upcoming battle you're sure that your chapter has been summoned to. The message Battle Brother Talbot received was broken and unclear, but to have reached the chapter with the encryption level Vermillion, it must have been crucial. The source point was some backwater planet called Dakar 4, and it was only a short month away from the company's current deployment and seemed urgent, possibly even an Inquisitor requesting assistance. Suddenly you come out, and this is for each of you, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly you come out of your meditation in your quarters, surrounded by your personal effects. The external shutters are still clamped tightly shut, protecting you against the harsh unreality of the warp. Even the Geller field can't protect you from the painful colors vomited by the warp, thankfully. The shutters on your viewport are still closed. Looking around you, nothing seems out of place, but you can see a light emanating from a comm bead inside your helmet. However, you hear no warning tone indicating that you are receiving a call. Suddenly, you hear heavy booted footsteps outside your quarters in the hallways.
What's the
Alright.
situation? Are we like naked in bed right
Like
now?
in
What's
in bed, yeah.
You're essentially meditating in your quarters, as
got
Space
it?
Marines don't really need sleep, but you have periods where you can. It's
Yeah.
more like trance-like sleep. You're in your body gloves right now, which is essentially just a tight-fitting suit that you wear underneath your armor. And you have your robes and whatnot accessible in the areas that you would have stored them inside of your quarters. Each of you hears this, and that's the current situation.
Hmm.
Right. I will stand up from my meditation and put on my robes as I hear the footsteps.
Yeah, I'm also gonna just get up and get ready for
Wait,
whatever
didn't you
this
say that
is.
we saw something from inside our helmet, so we have them on?
Your helmet is resting by your knee. Generally speaking, Space Marines meditate with their armor uh, laid out in front of them. You can see a
Okay.
light emanating from inside your helmet, which usually is indicative of a Vox call.
All right. Actually,
Hmm.
I'll pick that up as I stand up.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, so I can. It is actually
We
being called
without
though,
it.
right?
Yes. Actually, in KGB, in your case, it would not be your helmet, as librarians don't wear helmets, but it is
Okay.
a comm bead. It's the same. It has the same effect. It lights up, but yeah, you don't hear any tone. KGB, you go ahead and pick up your comm bead and place it in your ear, and upon doing this, you hear nothing but static.
I pick up my helmet and I slide it upon myself.
You pick up your helmet, and you hear nothing but static.
Hmm.
I'll ask. Is anyone there? Hello?
You attempt to transmit, but where you normally receive an affirmative or a beeping from the comm bead to let you know you are transmitting, you hear nothing.
Did I try to? Am I hearing the same thing?
Yep, same thing. All three of you
Can I
have
try to
used your
run an
spells.
analysis on it to see if it's broken on my end?
Yeah, roll tech.
Okay, hold
Roll tech.
Roll
Roll
tech.
tech.
on.
Can we start a roll tech counter?
Yeah,
And before
actually,
wrath.
okay. Yeah, oh, I'm no shit gonna keep a card going on the fucking DM table.
Every
Okay.
3 roll tech, he gets 1
Oh, I
wrath.
just realized if I show you guys this recording, you'll see. Well, it'll be in the past tense, so it doesn't matter. I'll change the DM screen every game.
Okay. 2 6s and a 4.
Two
Oh, and
six.
sorry,
How
two
do you,
sixes and two
wait,
fours.
how do
Go
your
ahead and
dice meet
roll
like
it in
that?
the. For future
Oh,
reference, roll it in the center table. It's
on
fine.
here. Okay, okay.
Yeah. All right.
But
So you
yeah,
got 2 6s and a 4. You said right. All right. So that's
yeah, and 2 4s.
2 4s. Okay.
Wait,
One, two,
because like
three,
I see
four,
how
five,
KGB
six.
has his dice range. How do you get it like that?
I just meticulously arranged mine like that by hand.
Yeah. So you inspect your helmet, your artifice helmet, and upon in further inspection, it appears to be in perfectly working order, or in perfectly good working order. There's no apparent issue.
Can I step out of my crew quarters?
Brother Broths, you take a step outside of your quarters. Upon doing so, you hear more footsteps heading down what is a service access way for the company chapter serfs or chapter company serfs. They are basically, as you know, humans who follow you around on your ships, helping with artifice, repairing ammo or repairing armor, keeping count on the ammo. Basically, the supply and logistics staff behind the company.
Triton, you didn't give Ashern any fancy cursive. He had to write his own.
Can I
No, I did.
What?
It's just. Oh, can you not see it? It's in dark gray here.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. I thought that I
Um,
just saw him writing that. I was like,
can
oh,
can I roll for awareness?
no, okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll awareness. You look down the hallway. Either way, you see absolutely no one, which is pretty atypical. That's not normal.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
the
How far
footsteps.
away are we all from each other?
Your quarters basically are door to door to door. Like your
Got it.
quarters
Okay.
are
Okay.
right next to each other.
The warp
You
is being a bit sussy.
uh,
Huh.
we'll do this in this order. We'll go um, broths, and then we'll go Valerian, and then we'll go Sudayeb for the
Okay.
turn order, just for future reference, just to make this easier. But you notice it is extremely quiet. Not even the buzz of the overhead lamps is making noise right now, which
I
is
knock on both
extremely
brothers'
strange.
doors.
You knock on that and you get no reply.
Hmm.
We'll
I
move
do
I'm
over.
going to
the
I'm going to investigate the door.
Well, hold on. We're gonna stop you there. Valerian, you
Yeah.
hear booted footsteps. As I said, you check your comm bead or your helmet, and the Vox is in perfectly functioning order. But you notice that it is pretty quiet. Otherwise,
Hmm.
that's all that you see.
Is there any way that there's no like is there a viewport outside of the that I can look through the door, or do I have to actually exit the room
You have
to
to
go outside?
you have to actually exit the room. There's a external port looking out into space, which
Okay,
is
okay.
clamped shut right now, as is common during warp travel.
All right.
However, the door has no exterior window.
All right. Well, yeah, this is pretty sussy. I'm going to go check this shit out. So I'm going to go out into the corridor and assuming I'm going to
You look
see
out into the
Broth is out there
corridor
as
and
well.
you are alone.
And oh fuck. Okay. Oh no.
The
um
timing might be off, or the warp might be doing some.
no, I know this is some relativity bullshit. Hmm.
All right, what do you want to do once you enter the hallway? And once again, you hear footsteps going down a service shaft on the
And
card
what
hold
am I
to
wearing right
your
now?
right
Like a
side.
bathrobe?
You're wearing, you can choose to put on your armor if you'd like, but you're
I
wearing your
think I'm
battle
gonna go
gloves
with
right now.
that actually, because this is a little bit spidey senses.
All right, you return to your quarters and put your
So however
armor
long
on.
that takes.
And Brother Sudayeb,
I want to get
what
a.
do you
Give me the
do?
cash! Give me the cash!
I'm assuming that I don't sense
Fucking
anything
Fifth
sussy
Element.
in psychic space.
Right now, besides the consistent tingle of the warp whenever you're in warp travel, this is not
Yeah.
something new. You don't really experience anything that's out of the usual. However, from your comm bead, you still hear static. Nothing.
Yeah. So I'll walk out into the hallway, and I'm assuming I see the same as everyone else.
Yep, you see nothing, and you hear booted footsteps rushing down a service shaft.
Uh, do I have any kind of access to that service shaft?
Yep, you can walk towards it, and it's basically just a staircase that leads down into the surf decks. It's so the serfs have access to the Astartes deck. It's a
All
bit
right.
cramped,
Yeah,
but you can fit.
I'll walk over there and check it out.
You head down. After entering the surf deck, you notice a strong putrid smell emanating from further within the deck. The
Oh, that's
bulkhead
just
behind you
Nanny.
seals shut abruptly, preventing you from re-entering the service corridor.
A
Okay,
little
I'm going
Z-trip moment.
to cast. Can I cast Conjure Flame on my fists?
Yeah, you can
Beast.
go ahead and roll your psychic will.
That's
Base.
7. So
Or not
let me
psychic
just.
will, but you know what I mean, psychic mastery. Yeah, and then that is a wrath die, the
Okay.
special
So,
one, just so you know.
can I
Wait,
return to
wait,
my
no, that's you,
quarters and
Asharn. My
get
bad.
suited up?
I think it succeeds on 4s, right?
Um, in this case, yeah, it would succeed on force. Hold on. One,
Yeah, so then that doesn't pass it because it's a
Yeah.
DN4.
and that's actually one glory for the party right there, because you did roll a 6
Yeah.
on the wrath die. However,
Hell yeah.
nothing happens, unfortunately. So,
Well, nothing even with the 6 on the Wrath die.
nope. If you'd like to spend a
Damn.
glory point, you can reroll. Well, actually, no, you'd have to spend a wrath point, which I
Yeah,
don't think you
nah.
have. So, no,
No, I
nothing
still have
happens.
2.
Do you? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay,
You
yeah. If
start
you
with
have
2.
2 wrath die, then you can choose to
Yeah,
reroll
I'm
one of the
not
normal
going
dice.
to though.
Okay, that's fine. So, you attempt to cast that, nothing happens, and the smell, even through the ventilation and through your enhanced superhuman physique, begins to cause you to gag. Uh, it seems like it's trying to push you out into the.
Yeah, all right. I'll try and. All right. So in front of me, there's the like basically crew quarters, right? What do I see like there?
As you're in now, the service shaft, the bulkhead is sealed behind you. The only
Yep.
way you can go down is into the surf quarters. Once you enter the surf quarters, the smell gets even worse.
All right. I'll see about opening up the nearest door in the surf quarters.
Alright, you go to what looks to be a Munitorum closet on the surf deck, and upon entering the Munitorum closet, it looks like a normal Munitorum closet. There's nothing you can really tell. We'll stop there, however, and we'll go to Brother Broth's again.
I'm going to return to my room and I'm going to suit up at this point
You
in
sit up
full
with your
armor.
armor, and then do you want to go
I
back out into
grab
the
my
hallway?
weapon.
Yep, you grab your weapon and armor. If you're armoring up, I assume that you're grabbing your weapon
Yeah.
itself. You
I'm going to return back into the hall.
go to the hallway, and once again you hear booted footsteps going down the service shaft towards the surf deck.
I'm going to investigate this at this point.
Okay, so you
And
walk over to the service shaft, and then do you want to roll a awareness check or investigation?
I'm gonna roll an
Hold on.
awareness check first.
Okay. Well, it's one or the other. You don't get to do both. Awareness is
Yeah,
for to see
I'm
if
in,
you see someone. Investigation is to see if you can see sign of someone.
I'm going
Th-
to do an awareness check.
Okay. KGB, yeah.
yeah, this is my unedited sheet. This is the old one.
Hold on. A moment.
Amogus.
Is that
Boom.
The yeah,
Are you sure?
Inquisitor symbol.
Yes.
Here, could you send me your new one again?
Okay.
Yeah, just because I'm not sure if the revised one you sent me actually works.
Is it the Inquisitor symbol that's the 6?
The Inquisitor symbol is the 6, yeah. So that's
Yeah.
another glory point for the party.
Okay. What is the current count on glory?
6.
Okay.
You guys are nearing max again. Your max is 8. Okay, I will save this image. One moment while I do this. Yes, overwrite. Then we will go to KGB's card, custom. There you go. Is it good?
Yes, this is the one.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's see. What did you get? You got 6. And was this investigation or awareness?
Awareness.
So you can hear the door at the bottom of the shaft closing, but you can't really see into the shaft as it's like a kind of it's a tight spiraling staircase that heads down. It's got stone and whatnot, so you can't really see through it.
Am I allowed to go down there?
Yep, you can go down and enter the surf deck.
I'm going to enter the surf deck.
Once you enter the surf deck, you are greeted with a repulsive smell. It even penetrates the grill of your helmet. It goes through your suit's filters and all that. It makes you sick to your stomach, and your gag reflex keeps kicking up every once in a while.
Is it dark?
It's dim, but no more dim than the rest of the ship. It's pretty typical for it to be not bright.
How much can I see around me of the surf deck?
You can see pretty much until the corridors turn and whatnot.
I'm going to continue going into the surf deck then.
Okay. As you get closer to the source of the smell, or what you think is the source of the smell at the heart of the surf deck, you begin to see signs of decay on the wall, rust, and filth growing on the ground. And the smell gets more intense with every step you take. We'll leave you there, and
Oh, but Nergo's got his words on here.
the Codex Astartes does not approve of that language.
Hmm.
Isn't it like a thing that's like if a guardsman actually even just knows what that is, they get killed? I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
And we'll go to you now, brother Valerian.
All right. Well, let's see. I guess I'll also sort of follow the footsteps, right, and see what the ruckus is all about.
Okay.
And then it goes down the corridor, right?
Correct. You go down, you're greeted with the exact same sensations that
Hmm.
brother Broths is greeted with.
Is there anything in the room that I can like interface with?
Do you mean on the what do you mean in the room? It's like a
Or I'm
it's a
sorry,
series of
it's a
corridors. Yeah.
okay. And it doesn't like, but it doesn't. Is it leading somewhere? Does the stench get particularly stronger in any one direction?
Yes. The further away from uh, the service
You would
shaft that you
think.
came down, it gets worse. So
Okay.
if you'll imagine here this little, can you guys see this drawing that I'm making right here?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure. So if you imagine yourself here, the stench
Hmm.
is getting stronger from the corridors. The corridor directly in front of you. That's oh shit. We'll say that's like just it dead ends into an armatorum room.
Interesting. Um. Well, I think I've got to sort of follow the smell then and see what's over there.
Okay, you go down the corridor on your left, unless you want to go on the one on the right.
Yes. Yeah. Let's do the left.
And it is just, from what you can tell, the regular surf deck. Except
Hmm.
as you get further into the corridor, it begins. You see the signs of decay and dilapidation, which you know the serfs are very, very meticulous about cleaning.
I
Cleaning.
wonder what this could possibly be.
And you also notice filth
The
begins to grow
heresy
on the ground,
chaos.
just discards of cloth and general
Hmm.
grime.
Hmm.
So we'll leave you there for now.
Okay.
Brother Sudayeb?
Yeah, so nothing sussy about the closet, so I'll go down one of the corridors.
You go down to the
Are
left.
there any other like doors along the way? Like since this is like the serfs'
Yes,
quarters,
there
I
are.
would assume that they have like their. Can I try and open one of them?
Yeah, absolutely. As you are Astartes, all of the doors are keyed to your bio encryption. You open one of the surf, what would be a surf quarters, and you go inside. And inside the quarters is just a regular surf's quarters. However, you notice that there is spots of rust and other just filth growing inside. You notice that the bed is unmade, which is a infraction within the surf ranks. You notice that there are papers on the ground, and just in general, it's relatively poorly kept, which is a major infraction for serfs.
Is there anything around that I could pick up to use as a weapon? Like, well,
I'm assuming you have your weapons with you since you armored up.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Because
not gonna.
otherwise, I was just gonna pick up the entire bed frame and crush it with my hands into a club.
Yeah, bed club based.
Yeah,
No,
so
I
I've
mean, yes,
got my
there's like,
power maul with me.
there's
Yeah,
decks and goodies, but.
I'll try and cast Conjure Flame again, and I'll continue down the hall.
Go ahead and roll a psychic
Oh man, about to
check.
summon a demon.
Hey,
I was
oh,
joking
fuck.
about the demon.
Roll 2d6. Oh boy.
But the power did successfully manifest, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
10.
Alright, 10. Well, a 6 and a 4, so 64. Since it's
Oh, okay.
I know it's a little weird. Let me look at the complication chart real quick.
How do you tell which one comes first?
I'm just looking at it from the left to right, so it doesn't matter.
Okay,
Yeah. If you want, it can be a 46 or a 64. It's your choice.
I'm fine with either.
Okay. The mystical energies of the warp wash over you and influence the landscape for 25 meters in every direction. The energies flowing in this area greatly increase the potency of psychic phenomena. One wrath dice must be added to all psychic mastery rolls for the remainder of the scene. So you get an additional wrath dice, so you have to run a higher chance of getting one for any of your
Oh.
psychic mastery rolls.
My
That could have
power's
gone worse.
already manifested, so
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
concerned. I'll continue on down the hallway.
Okay. You go out into the hallway, and as you go further into the serf quarters, you know it is more and more dilapidation. We'll go back to Brother Broth's here.
Where am I at this point?
At this point, I'm not gonna draw the whole serf quarters because they're actually quite fucking huge. But you're pretty far into the corridor. It is the normal serf corridor laid out that you know by heart because you have memorized the ship's blueprints in case of boarding.
Going at the current time.
The current time in Terran, sectoral, or the ship's time.
Ship's time since I've gotten on. What's the difference?
Terran time is the time on Terra.
No, not the difference between the time. I'm saying what's the difference between since I've gotten on the ship and whenever I've ended meditation.
Well, since hold on, ask that question one more time. I'm not sure I quite follow.
It's like I've gotten on the ship and I knew the time. What is the time now after I've ended my meditation? How long has it been?
During your meditation, you weren't keeping track of the clock. However, the internal clock on your power suit indicates the same time and is not progressing.
I'm gonna investigate. I want to investigate when the last time, if there is any people here.
You get further and further into the deck, and looking for people. And during this, you begin to actually gag, to the point where you actually throw up inside of your helmet. You throw up several times inside your helmet, and you actually begin to worry about drowning inside of your own powers armor.
I'm guessing I have to rip off my helmet
We'll leave you there.
if possible.
Brother Valerian?
I must determine where this is coming from.
Yeah, we'll be done.
Do it. Do it stink?
It smells fishy.
Smells like ex-girlfriend.
Wait, did I just
Bold
hear
of you
the
to
fucking,
assume.
like, did I just hear the Hell's Kitchen water phone sound effect in the,
Yes.
the
Yes.
It appears that this hallway is fucking raw.
You have a bit of, I will say this for Tech Marines, typically speaking, you have better filtration systems. It doesn't have any, game.
Also, I probably don't shower, so I'm stinky anyway.
in a
God.
van, you fucking dick.
It doesn't really help mechanically against chemical weapons. Your suit's as best sealed as anybody's suit.
Yeah.
However, you notice that you get quite deep into the surf deck, and at some point you begin to notice that the walls actually look like they're moving.
Organic. I see. Okay.
Nurglings are living in your walls.
Do I have any way to like do I have any way to like biopsy the walls or something? Like take a sample and analyze it or something along those lines to see if what this shit is?
Yep, roll tech.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this.
I feel like that'd
Oh,
probably be the
boy!
job of like an archmagos biologist or something.
Well,
Oh,
they have
yikes.
Tech Marines have a basic training.
3 and
And,
6.
Roll tech.
2 5s and a 4.
You
The
could
wall
go for a reroll.
appears to be once you try to take a sample of it, since it's badly rusted,
It doesn't like me.
you put your finger, your gauntleted finger, straight through the wall, and underneath the metal, you can tell there's actually a layer of maggots.
That's
Cool.
what good pussy sounds like.
This is got
Mac and cheese.
It's got Nurgle written all over it.
No shit. Alright.
And you'll see that there's maggots in it. Upon doing this, the stench actually overwhelms your filters, and you begin to throw up inside your helmet. Normally I'd have you guys do a consonants roll, or fortitude, but we're not doing that.
Yeah.
An incontinence roll.
Yeah, infrequent inconsonants. You throw up inside of your helmet and actually get to the point where you start to worry about overwhelming the helmet's ability to drain fluids, and you worry about choking to death on your own vomit. This is where we go to you, Brother Sudaya.
Alright, yeah, I'll continue down the hallway because I haven't started throwing up yet. I would assume I'd then do.
Yeah, and you progress further into the surf deck. The smell gets
Oh
quite
wait,
terrible.
hang on. Before I continue,
Oh,
I
shit's
want to
gotta go
speak into
down.
my comm bead again and just asking again, is anyone there? Can anyone read me?
You don't even hear the transmit noise.
Still just the static.
Correct.
And so I'm not hearing any buzz from the lights. I want to remove my comm bead from my head so I don't hear the static, and I want to slam my foot against the ground to see if I can hear that.
You hear your foot stomp on the ground, but
Alright.
you do not hear any noise from the overhead lights or servos or just in general noise that happens on a ship. Ships are relatively noisy places. You don't hear any of that.
Yeah, alright, I'll continue down the hallway.
You continue down the hallway and suddenly, go ahead and roll a psychic mastery check.
Is that with the 2 wrath die?
Yep. It's gonna have to be, yeah.
This one wasn't in it.
That could have been very bad.
Upon entering the bowels of the surf deck, you begin to get a very loud ringing sensation from inside your ears, and to the point where it actually cripples you. You fall over and start having what feels like seizures. Alright, now, all three of you. Suddenly you come out of your meditation in your quarters in a cold sweat. There's a distinct beeping in your ear, followed by a subtle blinking emanating from your helmet and KGB your comm bead. You realize it's the watch captain Aurelius on the company net calling for a general assembly in the embarkation deck. The external shutters are still clamped tightly shut, protecting you against the harsh unreality of the warp. Even the Geller field can't protect you from the painful colors vomited out by the warp. Thankfully, the shutters on your viewport are closed. There's the call from the watch captain Aurelius is with a clipped and irritated tone. You can tell he's upset about something, and also the language he is using is rather matter of fact. He's telling you to get to the embarkation deck for company formation now.
Alright, would I still be able to sense any kind of a disturbance in that, like, if I were to roll, I would still need to do the 2 wrath die.
Well, for now, yes, but later on, no. You'll understand what I mean when we get there. I'll let you know.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So you guys head to the embarkation deck, or what do you want to do?
Yep, I'll get
I'll
my
head
armor
there.
and everything on and head there at speed.
And this is a company muster, so that means like you need to be in battle dress, you need to have your bolter and all that good stuff. So it's like a typical company muster. So Broths and Valerian, do you do the same?
Oh yes.
Okay. You go to the embarkation deck, which is, for reference, generally used for company musters and just promotions, things like that, announcements. It's pretty typical for a meeting to be happening here. Upon arriving, you notice the rest of your kill team assembling. You all are the last kill team, however, in the company to assemble. The watch captain Aurelius, with his helmet in hand and the crook of his arm, shoots you all an irritated glance and begins speaking with the tone of a commander with many campaigns under his belt. The chapter has sent out an astropathic message to all subsidiary companies to convene on Dakar 4. As you all know, we were sent as a vanguard unit to conduct reconnaissance while the rest of the chapter makes rendezvous at the fortress. This means they must have received more information regarding the severity of the Xenos threat on Dakar 4, as they have stepped things up. However, the astropathic choir could only make out the general call to muster and the urgency with which it was sent. The rest was captured by warp interference. Gentlemen, we are in for a real fight, as we will arrive ahead of the rest of the chapter by approximately 2 weeks. Use the remaining time in our journey to sharpen your skills, and remember, we are the Emperor's watchmen. With a brisk nod, he dismisses the company, and in unison everyone salutes before falling out. Before you can all return back to your quarters, the Watch Lieutenant Leo seemingly appears out of the dark, with his Raven Guard unit demarcation glistening in the light. He comes up to you and waits for you to salute, as is tradition.
Mm-hmm.
I do salute.
Yes.
Alright.
Also, before we continue, I want to ask, is like a sort of dream like that common in the warp? Have I ever experienced anything like it before?
Dreams, or better, visions in the warp are not unheard of, but for Astartes, it's usually not normal.
Mm-hmm.
It happens though, especially for psychers. But for regular Astartes, it's not very common.
I'm sure it's nothing.
The lieutenant comes up to you and he looks at each of you with a judgmental eye, and he begins to ask, "Why were you all late?"
I had meditation, sir.
He nods and then pulls out 3 data slates out of his leg pouch. Says, well, the captain was extremely unpleased with your tardiness in attending the company muster, as that was an important message and we all have important things to do rather than wait around for a junior kill team.
Lieutenant, I experienced a vision during my meditation. I believe that was what prevented me from waking.
Yes, librarian, that happens. And then he hands the data slates to each of you and just, with an irritated glance over his shoulder, walks away. The data slate, well, first before he does this, I'm getting ahead of myself. First before he does this, he says, well, you've all been assigned on menial duty as reprimand for your tardiness. And then walks away. The data slate reads as follows. Operation Deck Sweep. Due to the unpredicted longevity of our mission, some of the nutrient bar green supplies are depleted in the engine surf decks. Subsequently, there has been several hunger strikes orchestrated by a couple of the work bosses. The ship's captain assures they are still loyal, just simply misguided. Therefore, your mission is to make an appearance to remind the serfs who they serve, and if possible, round up any gang leaders for punishment. You are also tasked with delivering a mag lift full of rations secured from the company's personal supply. Ensure they are distributed to individuals and not stolen from those they are issued to by their ringleaders as collateral for their supporters' continued loyalty. There has been a loud cast played repeatedly for the serfs wanting food to be assembled at the Maglift 6 opening to receive rations. Report back when the rations have been dished out for further tasking. Keep in mind, these are not chapter serfs. These are just navy serfs. These are engine serfs. So they work in the engine rooms in order to uh, basically to keep the ship running. They're not chapter serfs specifically.
Got it.
Yeah.
And by the way, the ship's name is the Adonai, which
Mhm.
that's a Death Watch assigned ship and has been with the Death Watch for quite some time.
Alright, then let's head to Maglift 6.
Yes. As you wish, so it shall be done.
So it shall be done. You arrive at the mag lift as assigned by the mission slate, and notice that the pallets of nutrient bar green have been stacked on several pallets and are in easily distributable forms. You might need to use your knife to unwrap some of them. However, they are ready. The servitors basically back away as they sense your approach and, return to their tech priest master. The engine decks are pretty much in the heart of the ship, as that's some of the most armored area in the entire ship. However, they also happen to collect some of the most... they collect a lot of stowaways, and just in general, it's kind of like an underhive on the inner decks. So that's some foreground or background knowledge. You guys want to do anything before you head down to the engine deck?
All ready to go.
Yeah.
Is there any extra lights I might be able to pack for potentially future missions?
Say that one more time.
Is there anything like a glow stick type equipment?
They're basically chem lights that you can pack. You can go to the company armory and requisite them, or you can go to your private quarters. You might have a couple stowed away.
I'm going to tell the other brothers
Hello?
I'm going to the company
Oh,
armory.
hey,
I'm
Manny.
breaking off.
Hey,
Just in time.
I'd actually also like to discuss with my brothers here before we go down. I think we
Actually,
should
no,
work out a strategy how to root out the gang leaders and
I'm
to
busy
ensure
right now,
that.
so I can't stay for too long. I just noticed
proper-
that you pinged me a lot.
That's okay.
Oh,
A moment. Yeah, what's up, Manny?
Oh, nothing. I'm just busy, so I just wanted to tell you guys I'm not gonna be able to show up.
That's all good.
All right. Bye.
Your mom.
I think we should put up some sort of camera for a bit from our tech marine. I think we should observe them while we're gone. We need to wait and observe.
Observe what?
They're
well, we shouldn't go down yet.
on the supply on the Maglift, there are like naval security in addition to the massive hauler servitors that are being controlled by the Mechanicus overlords. So realistically, anyone short of a space marine is not gonna really fuck with this Maglift if you guys leave it.
Yeah, I feel that we should tell all the serfs who want to eat that they must stay within that area. They cannot take their bars outside of it for their own safety. If they were outside of our site, they might be able to be attacked by the gang leaders and have their bars taken.
This is on the company's deck currently. These are the Astartes decks. You have not seen what the engineering decks look like yet.
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
Okay.
I could see that. How do we plan to deal with these gang leaders?
Well, was it in our mission to assign punishment or to bring them for punishment?
It was to bring them in if we can.
Yeah. So
Fair
then
enough.
we just take them. And I assume we can, if we really need to, we can have them come back and be guarded by the people at the Maglift. I don't think that'll be an issue.
I might be able to use a mind probe to tell who the gang
Nice.
leaders are. Depend if we can get someone who might know about it.
All right. Well,
How
let's see what we can
reliable do you
do.
think you can do that?
Huh?
How reliably can you do that, brother?
Well, on an average person, quite reliably.
Fair enough. Well, brothers, I need to break away to the armory. I'll return
We
shortly.
will wait for you here.
You depart the rest of the group and make headway towards the armory. Upon arriving, you see the chapter quartermaster, or excuse me, company quartermaster, going over several boxes and whatnot. You know his name is Brother Articulus.
Brother Articulus, I require assistance.
Yes, so does everyone else. Get in line. And he points to, basically, there's these, you know, in movie theaters how they have those little things setting up a line so you don't cut and whatnot to get to the ticket booth.
Yeah.
He has one of those set up. He points at that and then continues writing on his data slate feverishly as he counts through bolter rounds and other just supplies laying about in the armory. You also notice there's no one else
I
in
get
line.
in the fucking line. Ah.
He says, I'll be with you in a
Okay.
moment, and then he walks away inside the armory. And
I walk through all the lines like Shrek.
well, no, you guys are still down at the fucking engine deck. Or no, excuse
And
me,
he's
the
the fucking
maglev.
Lord
I'm
Farquaad head
waiting
guy.
at Magnum's
Wait,
house.
come back!
And
Okay, so I get myself in the quote-unquote line.
he says, okay, how can I help you?
I'm requesting the requisition of some glow sticks and flares.
Flares? You know you can't use flares on the ship. I heard about your
They're
menial
not for
duty.
the
You
ship.
kept us all waiting. You know, I'm a busy man. Or rather,
Flares
post-man.
burn the Emperor's oxygen.
You can't use those inside the ship. And you made us all wait at the company embarkation.
Sir, this is not for the current mission, it is for future ventures.
Well, then you can sign it out during those future adventures. What do I look like to you? A charity? No such thing.
I need them requisitioned now, sir.
He grabs 3 chem lights and hands them to you. Right.
Armory
Now, don't-
Marine, enough of these games. I need your strongest chem lights.
You can't handle my
Can't handle
strongest
my chem
chem
They're
lights.
too bright for your retinal lenses.
Sir, I need your
My chem lights are
brightest
strong
chem
enough for a
lights.
Primarch, let alone a Marine. You need a quartermaster who has weaker chem lights.
Oh my god. Alright, he hands you a bundle of chem lights and then says, don't tell anyone I gave you those. You know, we have surplus from the Astra Militarum contingent on board, and I don't know how, but they ended up in our possession. I suppose one of the Blood Ravens must have stolen them and deposited it into our armory. Anyways, and he goes back to marking things. You also notice that he's an Ultramarine, and they are very meticulous.
I leave the armory and return to the brothers.
Alright, they're waiting there for you.
I'm returned. Are
You
you guys
guys-
ready?
Yep, ready to go.
Yes.
Alright, you
Then
give the
let's go.
signal to the control room. With all mag lifts, there's always a loading and
After
unloading.
stepping onto the lift.
Yeah, no, you give the signal and then fucking the lift just shoots down.
No
You gotta dive
way!
after it. No, there's a control
Oh,
room
fuck.
in every unloading and loading station, so you give a kind of short wave to the control station in the loading area, and you begin to descend. As during your descent, you can feel the increase in temperature of the air of overcrowded hab blocks and engine exhaust. As you descend into the bowels, the smell of the air becomes fairly pungent. It's even pungent enough to penetrate your suit's filters. You can smell the reek of fear, desperation, and horrendously odorous mortals. In addition to engine exhaust and various other mechanical smells. To your tech marine brother, this is relatively pleasing, but to the rest of you, it is nauseating.
Gasoline.
KGB, as you get lower, you can feel the despair of the serfs. Now, this is not an unfamiliar thing. This is not unique. Many librarians have talked about walking in and around the surf decks and having nightmares for weeks after this as a result. Purely from the raw emotion turning, especially during warp travel, it manifests a little bit harder. This begins to prickle at the back of your neck. Let's see here.
We should get this over with as quickly as we can.
Agreed.
After about a 15 to 20 minute, 20 minute travel into the ship, the maglift comes at high rates of speed, mind you. The maglift comes to a sudden stop at the engine deck. Your vision is no longer obscured by miles of piping and deck plating, and various different cable routes and serfs working on the elevator shaft while in use, maglift shaft, in use. The rations behind you are neatly stacked on pallets and ready to be passed out over the next few hours. But upon gazing out into the more of the offloading area, there isn't a serf in sight. Upon closer inspection, you realize that the deck is slick with some sort of coolant, as the floor is coated with a thick rime of frost. Looking further past this, you can see the control doors and control center overlooking the unloading areas are completely vacant. Obviously, the coolant, or whatever it was, must have been spilled relatively recent, as the ice is melting away, quickly bringing back with its retreat the advance of oppressive heat from the engine deck.
Perhaps the serfs sabotaged the engine in discontentment.
Valerian, do you have your scan ready?
Wait, who are you talking to?
Valerian.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can do an Auspex scan on it if you want me to.
It would be a good idea at this point.
Alright,
Okay.
That's going to be roll tech number 3.
I will do that.
With my like psychic sense, so I can sense the emotions of like people, but am I able to sort of pinpoint the location based on that, or is it just like in general in the area you can sense there's like
Oh my
someone
God.
within like a mile?
You read their auras?
I mean,
Yeah.
so the thing is, you specifically are not someone who can just read someone's aura, but when there is so much emotion amassed in a certain area, or a general area rather, you can feel
Yeah,
it.
so it's just wide area.
It's-
You can't
it's
tell
just-
specifically where anyone is.
You noticed it on your descent too. It's not just the engine
Yeah.
surf deck. It's just generally the living conditions of surfs are pretty fucking terrible. And as a result, there's quite a bit of misery that comes out of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what Broths does best. I'm going to investigate.
So, Brother Tech Marine Valerian, you
Yes.
you scan with your Auspex and it confirms what you're seeing. There are no life signs in the area. Even the servitors, which are normally used for offloading and loading, which are relatively large, and are currently deactivated and have been powered down. Can't tell how recently they've been powered down, but you can tell that they're off right now, and that no one's using the new sphere to communicate with them. You can also tell the control panel, or the control hub, which is normally a busy, loud place with lots of signals being sent to and fro, is currently inactive.
Okay.
This
Can we get
reminds
a
me of
rough,
my vision.
like, drawing of like how this is supposed to look?
This is maglift number 6 with all the rations.
So wait, but it's not supposed to be like shut down or anything, right?
No,
There's supposed
they
to be
were-
activity
They were
here.
expecting your arrival, yes.
Huh.
I tell everyone else, this reminds me of my vision.
What exactly was your vision?
I went down a maintenance hallway into a serf's quarters. When I was there was an oppressive smell of, what was it? It was like rot, wasn't it?
Yeah, just putrid, rot, and
Yeah,
other disease.
putrescence and rot.
Doesn't smell like rot here though.
there was also no one around, as there is right now. There was no, just anything being used.
Brother Valerian, did you have a similar vision?
I guess you could say that. It was more. It didn't have to do with the engine compartment though, so I'm out of my
Just
zone
the
here.
idea of a Tech Marine fully in character saying, I guess you could say that.
What's more troubling to think about is I had a similar vision.
Interesting.
Well,
This might
what
not
do
be
you
a good
propose we
idea.
do?
I think we should further investigate the control room to see what we can find.
Alright.
I will stay here and make sure that no serfs sneak in to steal bars.
Bad bot. Okay. Do you want to investigate?
If I maybe
Oh,
find a
my
manifest
internet's
log or
dying.
something, or like some kind of log. It's alright.
All right, there we go.
Oh, it's back.
So what you guys, yeah, what'd you guys decide on doing?
I guess,
we're gonna
yeah.
go into the control room and see if we can find some logs. Both will roll for investigation. I'm gonna investigate
I'm
if
going to
there's anyone
stay
who's
at the
been
lift.
here.
So the problem with getting into the control room is there's a ladder on the right side here, which leads up onto a catwalk, as the control room is well above the rest of the area and in a commanding position to, coordinate operations of loading and offloading. Problem is the ladder is not meant for starters. There's a very, very, very strong chance that if you use that ladder, it will rip off of the catwalk.
How like high is it up? Like
It's about
in
15
a matter of
feet.
feet.
We should radio in that, or vox in that none
Hey,
of the
how
serfs
tall are the
were waiting
pallets?
here.
How tall are the food pallets?
Each pallet stands about 3 to 4 feet tall.
How many
What?
pallets do we have?
If
Quite a few,
you
like
stand on
15
top
or
of the
20.
They're gonna
pallets
get
and
obliterated.
crush a ration of food, I am going to kill you.
Oh, we have to think logically around the problem. How strong is
This
We
ladder
can
is the
just
only way onto
find
the catwalk.
someone. We are on an Imperium of Man ship. I believe we can find one human to climb the
Wow,
ladder.
we're also supposed to be humans in this room, and yet there are none. It's a little
Where do
sussy.
you believe that they went?
Do you think the Tech Marine could be potentially able to reinforce it?
I don't know.
He doesn't have any metal
it's
to
just.
reinforce it with.
I was just gonna
mean,
say it's just a ladder. It's not like
he could technically.
If we had a
rip some-
year, maybe. Do you think that Brother Tech Marine Valerian could reinforce it? I don't know.
Let's see. So, the control station is only accessible through this ladder catwalk.
It appears that's the only way. It is probably accessible, but the problem is the blast doors, which are typical in every maglev, because sometimes they transport ammunition. So if
Mhm.
something does happen, they want to have the blast door.
Yeah.
Is closed currently, and typically speaking, the control room is accessed from outside the blast, or on the other side of the blast room.
Is there no way to override it locally?
Blast
attack?
doors, no, are controlled from
Okay.
inside the control room.
Got it.
Keep in mind, there are servitors, however, on the right side of the chamber. Inactive, though, but there are servitors.
Oh, could I try to activate one and use it to climb up there?
That's gonna be roll tech number 4.
Hell yeah, baby. Let's fucking go. Yikes. Okay.
Keep in mind, servitors are relatively difficult things to communicate with, especially
Yeah.
if they're not synced with you.
Well, it's worth a shot.
So is this your tech roll right here?
Yes, yeah.
could
You
do a
sync
tech roll,
up
but it's
with
not gonna
the
go well.
servitor. You manage to power it on, however, it is unable to move.
Okay.
And
Damn.
it looks at you with glassy and vacant
Mhm.
eyes, as all servitors do, and simply says compliance over and over again.
Great. All right.
No
I'm
thoughts,
just
head empty.
gonna shut him down because there's no point in him just making noise.
It shuts down.
I
Okay,
guess you can phone in
Just
then.
this
I'm out of ideas. I don't want to break anything.
I'll try and use my
Yeah.
comm bead.
We'll
Can I reach anyone?
Yeah. So you power up your con bead.
swallow our pride.
You power up the con bead, and you call. Who are you calling?
Um, well, in character, my dude would have more knowledge. I would assume the lieutenant, but if there's like someone else I should be calling about it,
You can call this deck security. The lieutenant also is not a bad idea. Just in general, like, yeah, those are good people to call. Either the tech people on this deck because the door's not working, the security staff because the door's not working, or the lieutenant that assigned you this mission because he has a
Alright,
liaison with him.
I'll keep the
I'll do-
lieutenant updated. I'll call him.
You call into the lieutenant. What do you say to hail him?
What's his name?
It was a moment. I too have forgotten this. Lieutenant Leo. Watch Lieutenant Leo.
Watch Lieutenant Leo. The serfs that were supposed to be on this deck are not here. We are searching for them, but cannot find them.
Static.
Fuck. Okay.
Watch Lieutenant Leo.
Oh,
Are you there?
no.
You can hear your
Static one.
transmit indication, so you actually are sending a message. However, you get no response, and you just continue.
My-
Hello,
Creative.
Watch Lieutenant Leo. Are you
Concerning.
speaking? I can't hear you on this end. I
Have
switched
you
to
tried
talk-
turning
I
it
switched
off
to
and turning it back on again?
cycle power to the machine spirit? Alright, I switched to calling the on deck
Him.
security.
Where's an ad mech when you need one?
You call
Looks
the
at
deck.
I'm
Valerian.
right here.
You call
Fair
the
enough.
the deck security for this level. And you can.
Serfs were supposed to be waiting at Maglift 6. Where are they?
You can hear the echo of your own voice on the Voxnet, and you can hear something. You can hear something transmitting, but all you get in response is the echo of your own voice through the other source.
I look to. I'll look to Brother Braths and tell him stay here, then walk toward the source of the echo. Valerian, come with me.
Very well.
The source of the echo is a another Vox unit transmitting, but all it is
With no
transmitting
one-
is a
okay.
faint echo of your voice.
Dirty might not be here either.
As in, you can hear it over the frequency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it was like off in a room somewhere
No,
nearby.
not
Okay.
near you, not near you. It's on the frequency echoing.
All right. I'll call the on deck tech then.
Same thing, no reply.
Hmm. Do we have any knowledge of the deck layout for
Yes.
here?
You have,
yeah,
it,
we
you
have
have
it
it memorized. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You know that beyond the blast doors, it opens up into a very large cylinder, with hab units that actually go all the way around the cylinder. Basically, you have
interesting.
windows you have windows in the floor on hab units that are on the top, and you have mag rails connecting all of these different hab units. But that's on the other side of the blast door. This is an isolated area. Once again, maglift shafts are isolated from the rest of the ship in case of a cook-off from munition that's being transported.
Yeah.
God, if only we had our fucking guy with the jump pack. Had jazz hands
Alright.
here, this would be so easy.
I will wait here. Brothers Braths and Valerian, please search the rest of the, the area here.
Okay.
That's in character, by the way.
So the
Brother
rest of the
Valerian.
area are just several other what's it called, maglifts, and then the control room, which is in front of you guys, is basically the control room for these 3 maglifts. If you want, you can do.
Are there any other doors around?
Nope, not that you can see.
If anyone feels comfortable, if we're running out of options, you could try maybe removing some of your armor to lighten up and then using the ladder.
Could either do that, or I think we could just bypass the ladder, but if you stand on top of my hands.
Yeah, it's 15 feet up in the air. Space Marines are 8 feet each.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe we can just grab
actually
with his
yeah.
hands.
You see, you stand on top of each other like in a source game, and the person on the bottom jumps. And then at the height of their
Yeah,
jump,
we're doing. We're,
Oh my
boost me,
God.
boost me, boost me.
Boost me!
MP9 save round. Boost me up. We got this.
I boost the brother into the control room.
Alright, go ahead and make both of you make an athletics check.
Athletics. Okay.
Athletics.
Oh
I
damn!
believe
I'm
my-
actually good at athletics. Holy shit!
Same.
I was expecting to be ass.
I
Hold
was
on.
like, the Tech Marine, athletics?
I think I have the best athletics score here.
What is your score?
11.
Fuck,
Yeah.
man.
Bro,
Yeah,
look at
I mean,
this
that was a
twink.
good
He's got
fucking roll.
athletics 8.
Alright.
I go
Who-
running
alright,
in the
athletics
mornings.
8.
It is
Who's
part
on
of
the
my
bottom?
regimen.
Who's on the bottom and who's on the top?
I'm on top.
I'm on the bottom.
Alright, so, during this, you managed to boost Brother Valerian up onto the catwalk. However, the force he exerts downwards as he jumps up to get onto the catwalk
I'm too dominant.
actually pushes you onto the ground and you fall basically flat on your face. You
I-
don't sustain any damage though, because it's just like falling over.
I think that something might be wrong with Sharn's sheet because his strength rating and adjusted are both the same as each other when the I guess it's
I
different
think my
'cause he has,
sheet
like,
is all
different
kinds of
armor,
fucked up.
but it would be really weird to me that
Yeah,
the armor would not increase his strength at all. Because for me, the standard armor increases it by 3. Same for like it increases resilience too.
Well, to be fair, it looks like Manny's sheet also doesn't have that modifier. Well, Stig does. And Grey Dog does. So I don't know why it's with some and not others.
Well, it's also KGB. You have to keep in mind you are a psyker.
It's because
so
I'm just better.
your fucking build actually has a different archetype. So like you have different armors in
You
them.
simply have less value.
Alright, so you throw them up on, and
You are
you're
simply
greeted with a door that leads into the control room.
Cool.
It's locked, but there is an access panel.
All right, I will.
Tech number
I-
5.
Hell, fucking yeah.
Roll Tech 5.
Finally, a challenge worthy of my skill.
Oh my god. Well, we're actually keeping track of this.
Get fucked, door.
7.
We have gained.
So
I think
to
we should
access
get a
the
wrap.
interface,
We should get
it's
a wrap
powered
on
up.
every 3 rolls.
There's not really anything wrong with the door. It's just it has a very basic security
Got it.
biometric system. As in Astartes, you have the override codes to pretty much everything inside the ship. So you open the door and
Mhm.
it slides open. You are greeted with the control room. It has a red emergency light on, which is atypical. Usually it's lit by overhead. What's it called?
Got
Not
it.
neon, but you know,
Yeah.
iridescent or
Fluorescent.
fluorescent. thank you.
Yeah.
Fluorescent lighting, but its emergency light is currently on. There are signs of some sort of commotion. However, there's no pock marks or anything like that.
No signs of any kind of scuffle or a fight.
Well, there are a couple of chairs knocked over, and there are.
Okay, but no
several
like shooting or
It-
blood or anything like that.
There's
I
no
suppose
obvious
it looks
signs of a fight.
No
More
pets
as
or
if
shit
people
or
left
cum.
in a hurry
Left suddenly,
rather than,
yeah.
rather than like fought.
What do you see up there, brother?
It's abandoned.
And
Do you think you can open
and
up
you
the
open the
door from the
door.
side?
I'll see what I can do.
you see the
Roll
control
Tech
station.
6?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is gonna be roll tech 6. There's a control station in front of you. It's a very basic interface. You probably know how to do it.
Got it. Unless I roll a 1 on the fucking. Okay, yeah, there we go.
It opens.
Unless statistically, it's gonna happen at some point.
It blows up in your face.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, it should have happened at least once by now.
The control doors slide open, and once they slide open, you get a good gust that even you in the control room can feel. A good gust of heat and exhaust blows into the control room.
From the like cylindrical hab area.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. What do you do now? Do you want to go down to your plane or walk down the
Well,
stairway?
actually,
that
while
leads
I'm up here in the
upstairs?
control room, I want to see what else I can do here. Is there any way? What is this? Is this just for the mag lift, or is this for like the hab area itself as well?
This is for the mag lift specifically.
Okay.
It's basically a control
Um,
room for the loading and unloading area.
got it. So there's no way I could like check the vital signs of the hab areas or like see where the heat is coming from or anything like that if it's like an engine thing or piping.
You have a breaker board behind you, which can tell you that you know, if relays are offline or online, but nothing of that advanced. It's
Okay.
a very
Okay.
rudimentary. It's not meant for managing the hab area. No.
Got it. Got it. So in that case, I think there's nothing left to be done here.
All right.
So I guess I'll go back out and climb down with the boys.
All right. And brother Sudayeb and Broths, yeah, you are rejoined by your tech marine brother, and the doors are now open.
Boys, rifles up.
I still believe this might be a trick to get us to leave the food here so that the rebelling
Seal up the
serfs can
blast
come in
door.
and take it. I will continue to wait here. You two move on.
Very well.
We could seal the blast door and you could.
Do
continue
our
with
Vox
us.
links work between each other?
Yes, your squad-wide
Okay, cool.
comms do work.
Fantastic.
Good question.
Keep in touch.
Will do.
Affirm.
However,
You ready
you
to go,
know
Tech
that
Marine?
if you go too far, they will stop working. But
Yeah.
you've got like literally kilometers of range between those, so it's quite impressive actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cool.
Nowhere near the amount of distance in this building. There's not enough distance so far.
Well, the engine deck is 37 kilometers wide by almost, I think it's
I
12 kilometers deep.
I think we'll probably find the serfs within a few kilometers.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, hold on 1 second while I do this. I'm just gonna write load area so you guys remember what it looked like, yeah? So,
Yes.
So this is the control door, and then you are.
Are you gonna pull our characters into like the movement
At
area?
this point, I'm going to, yeah. Just give me a second.
Oh, that's a cool fucking model. It's got a little barrel. It's got the ad map.
Oh god, almost just made a big fucky wucky.
How wucky and how fucky.
Secrets.
Very then. Also, we don't have any medical, so if we do take any hits.
You guys can administer first aid in Manny's absence. Like, you can do
Yeah,
individual aid. I'm not gonna punish you guys for Manny not showing up. So, you walk out into the deck and you're greeted with a, basically, junction that splits off into several different directions. Yeah, if you guys can move your own characters there. And, upon
Can I roll
exiting...
awareness?
Say when?
The opening, or can I roll awareness once we get in?
Just a moment. In a second, you will be able to. Once entering the engine deck proper, you begin to see more signs of life. The designs of the deck is not typical to most decks. There's a vast open space with a ceiling several hundred meters high, with the hab units running all around the circumference of the chamber. With what could mostly be called, or most closely be called, streets or mag rails running between all the hab units. As you take in the view, an engineering serf comes running up to you with his eyes very distant and glassy. You can smell the fear on him, as Space Marines actually can do that. Stig, go ahead and roll an awareness check. Or, excuse me, Brother Broths.
No, also, Triton, I think something may be fucky with the DM table. It's like slightly translucent.
So, bad news.
What do you mean?
Like, I think we can see through the box.
Yeah, I can see like 4, 5,
So I
6,
get a
7
red
Models,
point.
yeah.
Huh.
You might also want to roll for awareness there then,
I don't know if it's been like that the whole time, but I just noticed.
because I just gained a wrath point, and that might make me get a failure.
What the hell? It's so you guys can see this, yeah?
Yeah.
We can see the little
see-
models inside
You can see
the
like
box.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Six.
7 models here.
That's
But nothing else.
genuinely unfortunate.
Oh well.
What about now?
No, still they're
You can
still
still see
there. I'm not sure, cause at least I don't remember being able to see them originally. I don't know what changed.
I've been
Maybe
able to
we
see them the
could.
entire time, but I just haven't really looked at them.
Alright,
Okay.
whatever. That's fine. I'll
It's
fix
fine.
that next time. That's good to know though for future reference. Alright. So you see the surf come running up to you. Let's see. Where was your awareness check?
Go take a look. It's not great.
Oof, that's a wrath.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was like, sorry, brother. This is gonna
Alright.
suck.
He comes running up to you. So as far as checks are like that are concerned, only one of you gets to roll. So next time, if you don't want to do it, someone else has to, but only one at a time, because if everyone rolls for it now. The man begins to babble about the great Hashem Baba, boss of the underdesks. He slowly gets more aggressive until the point where he's literally screaming himself hoarse. During this time, he's screaming into the air. Doesn't look like he's really talking to you, more he's just saying these things to say them, and is quite frantic, and just seems to be
Need
getting
them to
worse and
calm
worse.
down.
How are you gonna do that?
Let me think. Just give me 1 second to think.
A psyker might actually be useful here.
A
Yeah.
mind probe would be useful
You
here.
do hear some sort of commotion. You don't know quite what's going on, but you hear loud.
I'm gonna radio over to him.
Okay.
Hiker, we need help.
Who
See
were
off
you
the blast
referring
door.
to?
Brother Shudayeb.
At once. I
See off
walk
the blast
over.
door and make your way here.
Well, aren't we gonna be sealing it from this side?
No, like the
Yeah.
like
Anyway,
the
I'll-
food blast door is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because so there's the loading area over here, and
Yeah.
I've passed the blast door. So once we're on this side, like we can go up and close it, right?
Yeah.
There is a stairwell that leads into the control panel
Alright, yeah,
on the other side of this.
Very well.
So
I
I'm
can do
here-
that. You two
Okay.
take care of this matter. I will deal with the door.
Alright, so you walk away, yes?
Alright, so we've got this.
So I'm upstairs or
creature
whatever.
Here, I guess.
Probe
Okay.
his mind.
Yeah, I'll use a mind probe. Am I still rolling double wrath dice?
At this point, no.
Okay.
Basically, just because like that, I would consider that a scene of its own when in there.
All right. So
Interesting.
I
If I do put it in now, it will disappear.
I believe that. So with the DN, it says willpower. I believe that's the target's willpower that it needs to pass, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It is.
Okay.
Hold on, let me
So-
pull him up real quick, just while we're doing this, because I need to pull him up.
I'm pretty sure this. So I would assume at least 4 successes, but I also got a complication.
Okay, I see what his willpower is. Okay,
Double
that's about what I
complications.
expected. Oh no! So you go up to the Imperial Citizen and you place your hand on him. Roll 2d6.
Uh-oh.
You fucking explode his brain.
That
A 3 and 3.
a 3 and a 3. You do succeed in probing his mind. However, let me see what that turns into real quick.
Fucking
Oh God.
explodes his brain.
Yeah.
Also, I got a wrath point from this, right?
Yeah, you do. Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
You cannot re-roll a wrath dice though with your wrath point. Just
Yeah.
so that.
So I think right now I have 4 in total.
Oh yeah, you should. That sounds about right.
I
Let
currently have
me
3.
pull something up real quick. The chart for the psychic stuff. Psychic powers. I think we've actually got the system down quite well though. So because this is going a lot faster. Okay, no, that's not it.
I do think it's funny. Every time I've seen the Wrath, I'm like, oh no. Bad
Oh
news,
boy.
boys.
An overwhelming paranoia of something watching creeps over you, and everyone within 20 meters. Lesser creatures and animals cower in fear, while sentient creatures must make a successful difficulty number 4 willpower test or suffer an uncontrollable compunction to second guess all their actions. They are
Wait, a
hindered to
difficulty 4?
this effects last for the remainder of the scene if they fail. Okay, so
So I need to make that check too.
yeah, and you guys should also have the thing called no fear, which I think helps with this. So
I do not have no
you
fear.
may re-roll on any. Yeah. So you
Well,
guys-
I think I failed it. I got a 1, a 2, and a complication.
Jesus Christ.
The rolls aren't in
Complication.
our
We're
favor
gonna
tonight.
just because this is already a complication, I'm gonna ignore that. However,
Okay.
and
So
don't
it's
count
still
the wrath
one.
point for that. Don't count the wrath point.
Okay,
Wait,
yeah.
what am I supposed to roll for this? Because I just rolled 3 dice because it's my willpower. But that's for
yeah.
the end.
So hold on.
Yeah, these right here are the 3 that I rolled.
Yeah. So you need to roll a willpower test. So yes, your willpower.
Because I have 3 willpower.
And this
And,
is a technically, I believe, a resolve test, unless there's some special stat
So I
for it.
can... There is a stat for resolve, but I believe it's linked to willpower.
It
Yeah.
is.
So go ahead, and I would
Yeah.
consider this a resolve, just for it would make sense. So re-roll, because you guys have They Shall Know No Fear, and you're Space Marines, like you don't get scared easy.
Is my roll good right now, or
4 to
Yeah, you succeeded.
complication.
Complication.
I'm
All right,
guessing
KGB.
our man that we're trying to help is going to be
My head.
screaming.
My head just explodes.
No, KGB,
Gotten like
you
3, is that 3 complications in a row?
huh?
I believe this is 3 complications in a row.
Yeah, if you want, trade out that die.
Bruh.
That once again, I'm ignoring this complication because this is already for a
It's
complication.
warp fuckery, bro. I don't know what you're gonna sell.
We're gonna trade you out.
President for me.
So the man in front of you just begins. Oh, he actually begins ripping his eyes out. He sticks his fingers under his eyelids and then pulls them away from his face
Can we
and
physically
rips
grab
Well,
his eyelids off and begins screaming, and then he pisses himself, shits himself, falls over, and just begins to blabber incoherently. Not even words of any language, just mumbling.
I crush his head with my mace.
Before you do that,
And yes, what did I get from the mind probe?
from the mind probe, yes, let's not forget that. The mind probe, the man is in an extremely dazed state. You can tell he's not the only one in his head right now. And
You know, it's demonic possession.
Corrupted.
he's very confused. No, it's not a
Corruption.
demon. Demons have very distinct and grating senses. Like when a demon, if it were a demon, you would know. This is not a demon. It's possibly another psyker, but you're not sure.
Oh, okay, then I don't crush his head.
There you go. All right.
There might be deeper corruption.
In the middle of
than
all
this
this, all of a sudden you hear the sharp crack and retort of auto guns being fired from behind the conduits and scaffolding that was obscuring your view of the rest of the hab block, instantly shredding the man. And it appears they were probably targeting him. And now they've shifted their attention to you, pointing their muzzles at you. They get to go first because they've ambushed you.
Surprise.
Drop that fucking gun, you girl.
Wait, what is the distance between us and this, essentially?
Say what?
What is the distance?
Bigger girls than you have tried.
Probably very fucking close. It's like 30 meters. It's not very far.
I might. Hey, I think once we get our attacks, we should toss nades, brother.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Ashron, you hear
Yes,
this? You hear
let's
this outside,
toss
but you have
nades at the Prometheum pipes.
to move. Yeah, they are
My
conduit
bad.
pipes. However, well, no, Ashron, you're still here for this sake. They're not shooting
Oops,
at you.
yeah.
Once it's your turn, you can move.
Got it.
Alright, so. let me
If I had to make a recommendation, I would say close the distance as soon as possible. Don't engage in ranged combat.
hold on.
I mean, I can make a shot that's gonna be accurate enough. to
I'm
not
way
hit
ahead of
something.
you.
Oh god.
Wait, why should we close in range combat?
We're in the engine
You guys
room.
still
There's
see
lots
all
of
the stuff
volatile
inside,
shit.
The deck. Can you guys still see all this?
Yeah.
We can see 7 models.
Well, I don't know if you have anything else in there, but these figures over here we can see
Oh,
them.
the models on the left you can see.
There's no,
Yes.
yeah, but those are the only ones we can see. If there's more shit in there, we can't
Oh,
see
there's
it.
quite a bit more, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's actually
So I
good.
don't know what it is about them in particular, but yeah, we can see them.
They do look sick.
Alright, tell me if they start disappearing.
No. Try and take them out and put them back in.
Yeah, we can still see
I
them all.
ended up not
'Cause
using
I-
these models because, so for reference, you guys can tell these are obviously chaos models, but
Yeah, very,
Yeah.
very chaos. Whereas I guess these guys are just sort of like, you know, they don't
Ruffians.
have the full fucking like giant symbols.
well, the thing is, these guys aren't. They're not even. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, those models are not
Oh,
even.
now they're gone.
I
They're
just delete. I
gone.
just straight up deleted
Okay.
them.
Okay.
All right. So, we're going to start off because I'm trying. Hold on, I need to look up mob rules real quick. This is something I want to try out. It's at the bottom. Like I've read it already. I just want to give it a go actually. Game master. Okay. I see. That's interesting. All right. So Ashron, or excuse me, Brother Broths. The three on the right are going to be taking a shot at you.
Fair enough. I feel like this is not going to hurt very much due to their shitty auto guns. Versus my blessed bolter.
Okay. Fuck you, game. Um. Here's that. Actually, here's what we'll do. They're significant. Okay. One moment. There we go. Okay, so the dice were being fucky. I apologize for that. I'll also let you know I just spent a ruination point.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Oh no, he has spent his ruin.
That's a bit sussy.
Alright, what's your defense?
My resilience or my
Defense.
Defense.
defense, it's 4.
4. Okay.
I feel like this might hurt.
I'll bet that stings a bit.
Okay, and then what's your resilience?
10.
That's... Okay, you actually take... So, the first guy on the right here begins firing at you, and he seems to be a crack shot with the pistol, possibly a former Arbides man, and manages to perfectly catch your neck, which is in
Ooh.
between your helmet and, well,
Oh,
obviously you know where your neck is, but he manages to catch the chink in the armor there, just barely clipping past the gorget. It only inflicts 1 wound, however, so go ahead and do a save for that.
is that a single dice?
No, it's your fucking
Defense
I
or resilience.
no, it's a 5. It's basic. I know it's 5 for you because we had to do
Is
one
it a
for you
shot?
last night. No, 1 moment.
Determination.
Determination.
Is it
That's
the
what it is. Yeah,
cock?
it's determination. So whatever your determination is,
Determination.
so 5. Yeah, it's 5 dice for you. So go ahead and roll 5 dice, including, of course, a wrath dice.
Yeah, 5 dice.
The chances of this actually wounding you are fucking incredibly low unless you roll shit. Okay, you actually. That's a glory point. You succeed. Yeah, it manages to clip you, but
My
doesn't do
neck is
much.
so thick.
However, you do
You are
gain
lucky
1
that my
shock
neck
at
is
this.
immensely powerful.
You do gain 1 shock from this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 glory points right now. So
Yeah.
if we need to make some big balls plays, we have the option. How do I mark that down? Oh yeah, I can just use the pen.
Mhm.
Shock. Yep, I have a shock point.
Okay, there you go. You've marked it down. Get some more ambience queued up. So you do that. Then the next one takes his shot.
He's just a fucking sniper. Takes a bullet right to my skull, instantly blows my brains out. God, what a fucking shooter.
So the next one also happens to be a crack shot. He takes a shot at you, however, due to the nature of his weapon, it explodes in his hand.
Oh, oops.
However, the shot does land.
Can you revert the drawing I just fucked?
Hey.
I did not use the erase tool.
Where?
I've erased all the lines by accident.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. It's, yeah, you guys, it's pretty straightforward. You guys have this.
Just the
This.
corridor, pretty much.
It's literally, yeah, a corridor on either side like this, and then, you know, the piping is there. So, he lands a shot, and let's see, so it'd be 11. He also manages to land a wound on you. This guy right here. He's now on top.
That's roll for shock again.
Yep. Roll determination again. Okay. That's a 3. That's a 1. You managed to save it. However, temporarily your retinal lenses. Actually, roll a 1d6. Fuck it.
Okay.
I don't wanna fuck you too hard on this. So the shell glances off the side of your helmet, which rings your noggin for a bit. However, it does temporarily disable one of your audio receptors on your helmet, so you are temporarily deaf for the next, we'll call it 3 turns, instead of like a
Okay.
shit ton, because that's what it is.
Would I
alright.
be able to rip off my helmet to actually physically hear, or?
Yes, you would. It's just the audio receptor on your helmet is fucking cooked.
Okay. It takes a little bit to reboot the SSDs. Also, can I take a piss real quick? I
Yeah,
do
go
need
for
to
it.
pee pretty bad.
Go for it. No pee allowed. And happenstance, the next one fails to even wound him. So it shoots and he deflects off of your armor. The next batch, one moment. Kijibi, you see your battle brother getting shot, and as a result, you are able to retaliate.
Alright, would I be in range to charge anyone?
Yeah, they're all within range to charge. They're pretty close, however, most of them are around cover, so you'll have to add, I think it's plus 2 DN for the charge, since they're around cover, because it adds a terrain difficulty.
Okay, then I'll just sort of, first I'll just kind of move into position, like, to get closer so that they're not going to be behind cover for me next turn, and I'll fire with my bolt pistol.
Alright, completely fine.
Alright, then ballistic skill 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, I'd say.
4 successes, that's correct. 1 second. Okay, 4 successes. Go ahead and roll. You're shooting him with what? Your
Bolt pistol.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 2 extra damage, and then remember there's a plus 2 on the difficulty number as a result of it being a bolt pistol. Okay, so you get 1.
And adding 1 because it's brutal.
Yep, that's actually, yeah. Roll another one then.
No, it's add 1 to the result of each extra damage die.
Okay, so
6 and a 2.
So yeah, you land 1 extra damage plus whatever the weapon's damage is.
10.
Okay. So you inflict 2 wounds. Which guy were you shooting at?
We'll go with like this one right here.
Alright, this guy. You inflict 2 wounds on him. He gets knocked over.
Hold on. So, like 11 damage on him translated into 2 wounds?
Correct. They're wearing rudimentary flak armor and like other bits and whatnot of
Ow.
like welded together steel plates essentially.
Alright.
Keep in mind, 2 wounds
guess-
for someone who doesn't have many wounds is a lot.
Yeah. Well, I guess he suffered shock from that as well.
That's only if he actually, I think the shock thing is literally just for fucking, if he's able to save it, which he, no matter what, he wouldn't have been able to save it.
Oh, okay.
So he just takes the wounds. I'll have to read up on that, you know what?
Yeah, alright, so I've done my movement and shot. Next turn, right?
Yep, that's going to be now, these 3, upon realizing that you're, actually getting a better look at you and seeing you shoot, actually begin to flee. So they turn around and run away. You could even say chicken butt.
No.
Brother Valerian, it is now your turn. You hear the commotion going outside, or going on outside of the loading area. You hear the retort of bolters and auto guns outside.
Let us join the fray then. Hold on. Yeah, so I get out of the loading area.
You
How
can
much
see-
distance can I cover in one turn?
That's the thing, is the rules are very vague on that. However, Space
Okay.
Marines can run very fucking fast. So you get here.
Got it. Okay.
We'll say you're able to
I
like,
guess,
see
um,
these guys, and you
yeah.
can also see, we'll call it the back of this guy, not the one who's lagging behind a little bit. Fleek. So those are the those are your
Back.
opportunities essentially.
Got it. I guess, yeah, so as I'm running out, I'm gonna draw my bolt pistol and try and take a shot at the guy on top of the pipes then, since he's the most, I guess, available. Or is he like dying because of the wounds, or...
He's definitely not doing too hot.
Okay, I think I should probably
can
just
also
finish
see
him off
this-
so he...
Yeah, you can also see this guy just fine. He's just like
I think-
in the
yeah.
dark, but
Okay,
that's not a
I'm
problem
gonna-
for a Space Marine.
I'm gonna try to finish him off so KGB can attack someone more useful next turn.
Okay.
So hold on. So this is my first time using ranged comp. How do I do the bolt pistol rolls?
So you so you basically roll your ballistic skill.
8. Okay, cool. Epic, and that's where the 1 happens. All right. To be fair, I was running and into it, so I guess that makes sense.
Add a wrath point for yourself, by the way.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So you take a single shot and then your weapon jams. We'll just say that.
Okay, cool.
However,
I
you
didn't
do
plan on
manage-
using it after that anyway.
you do manage to hit him with a shot.
Okay,
So
so
go
then
ahead and roll.
do I roll something else?
Yeah, you should have 1 extra damage on the bolt pistol. So just roll 1 dice then.
Okay. This one.
That's a success. The round connects with them, and it appears that you do. That would be 11 damage, right? Because there's 10 base for the bolt pistol.
I believe so.
Okay.
They're not on my sheet. I'm sorry. Fucking.
It is. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
1 second. I'm just pulling up one thing real quick. The page, the PDF fucking refreshed, so I was like, oh.
Oh.
For the love of God.
I should open a Coke.
There you go. So that's 11. So you inflict a further 5 wounds on him.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah. There's just There was a mix-up last round, we'll just say that. Which brings him
Okay.
up to 7 wounds, which...
Am I just like popping his head like a grape, or what's?
Yeah, go ahead and describe. You do kill him. Go ahead and describe how you
Yeah,
kill
I was gonna
him.
say. So I'm like hurriedly running out of the door, right, like clinking down, and then I like sort of come to an abrupt sort of stop and steady myself, pull the pistol, and then just pop one off really clean, like right in the dome when he just falls back over the wires or whatever.
Beautiful. Yeah, he falls into the
And
copper
then
piping.
the pistol jams whatever, and I just put it back away. I'm like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll deal with that later.
Beautiful work. Alright, so with that, what happened was, originally I was looking at the wrong fucking character
I
sheet
see.
KGB, so I apologize. You should have done way more damage to him. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound right. You should have, like, this is a person. You should have done way more. And then I realized that the fucking...
Obliterated him.
The PDF fucking refreshed and brought me down to Gene Stealer hybrids, and I was like, fuck. So, yeah. Anyways,
That was a human.
yeah, exactly. These are humans, not Gene Stealers.
Or are they?
Anyways, so the next one, actually, it's now your turn for the broths.
I'll aim at this guy, like behind this pillar, like right here.
Yep, you can see him all right. It's just that like he's in between the pipes basically, but I can't.
That's 1,
put
2,
his
3, 4,
face there.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay.
Was this an aimed shot?
No, this is a regular shot. My ballistic skill got better.
Okay. Okay. What was a 6? Alright, go ahead and roll 3 extra damage plus whatever your weapon's extra damage is.
There's 3 dice.
Plus whatever your extra weapon damage is.
Okay, so 3 dice plus 2 extra.
So you inflict 6 plus whatever the weapon's damage is. Should be 11, right?
The weapons damage is 10.
Okay, so 16, which is enough to pop his head like a grape.
So I put a round right through his skull, instantly killing the man.
Yes. And he falls over dead. I realize I should be rolling shotgun determination for these guys, but the thing is, like, if you get that high of a number against these guys,
It doesn't matter.
you kill them. Yeah, like it doesn't. They don't have enough saves to save all of them.
Oops.
All right. It is now these 3 gentlemen who are running away. It is now their turn. They continue to run away. You can hear them stomping into the corridor from around the pipes, as the pipes are not exactly easily traversable. So they get into the corridor, quite a ways down, but they're now running. And this one, let me check something.
Is there any rule on collateral shots?
No. Also, no.
Fair enough.
I don't want to do that though. Alright, he takes a shot at KGB with his little shitter pistol. Let's see here. What's your defense, KGB?
It is 4.
The round harmlessly ricochets off into the distance and does nothing. Alright. Alright, it is now your turn, Brother Sudaya.
Okay. I'll, I guess just charge this last guy here and, kill him with my maul.
Alright, that works. You're well within charging distance and he's in the open.
Rolling weapon skill. Succeeding on 4 up.
Correct.
Oh, and complication.
Damn, you guys are just fucking nailing those complications.
That was
We're
fun.
just having jam after jam, dude. Jam.
So
the-
four
whoever assembled these
successes.
weapons.
4 successes, that does the trick. Roll 1 additional damage plus whatever your pistol has. I think it's 1.
The shock maul.
Oh, it's a shock.
It's
roll?
4 ED.
Okay, so 4
Yeah.
ED. So 4 ED plus the 4 ED.
Oh, hang on. Why plus an additional 4?
So it does, the shock maul does 4 additional damage, right?
Yes.
Actually no, you're right. It'd be 1 additional damage plus the 4, so it'd be 5 dice total.
Okay.
I misread
Oh,
that.
did he light his weapon up or?
No.
No. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well,
He's dead.
I think a common theme with getting hit with a shock maul.
Die.
So 8 plus fucking what, 10?
13. It's also AP
21.
minus 1.
I'm not even once again not gonna roll wounds for him. You if you want to describe how you fucking explode his brain.
KGB.
Yeah, just smash it down on his head. Fucking, like, pulp all the way down to his chest.
God.
After doing this, roll a 1d6.
Alright. 2.
After doing this, the weapon is so deep into his chest cavity, and the plates that were formerly on his body, that the mace actually manages to, like, lightly meld itself to his breastplate and yanks out of your hand. You have to spend
It is
an
friction
additional
welded
action to
into him.
pull the weapon out
Just
of
say,
his
it
chest.
it looks like it's more like he's just a part of the mace now. You should just lug him along with you.
You have to spend an additional action retrieving your mace, otherwise, that's the only complication.
What if it did extra damage because the extra weight?
So, you guys hear the continuing running away of these guys, but it is now your choice to pursue them.
Should
or,
we pursue?
Would I be able to shoot one of them from here?
If you went up to the corner, you have to look down the hallway and see.
Okay. Can I do that?
Yep. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, so you go ahead and look in the corner. You can see, basically they're kind of like a staggered group, just running away
The
frantically.
arrowhead.
They're just running away frantically. If you want, you can take a shot at one of them.
I'll take a shot at the one in the front, like the one who's in the very front of the little formation they have.
Okay. Did you get a complication last round too?
Not on my gun.
Would
It was
you
a
get
complication of awareness.
Pretty sure last roll you got a complication.
Not last roll.
Oh no,
'cause
no, that
last-
wasn't you. That wasn't you. That was Asher. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
And my weapon is, as you know, it is reliable, so it does not count for this roll. But that is the only time I can do it for the scene. My
Okay.
God.
You managed to do that. So do 5 ED plus whatever your weapon's ED is for extra damage, and then roll that.
7. I think that's it's 7.
Well, no. Yeah, actually, yeah. Never mind.
It's like I need to move that so it can actually give a good roll.
Alright, so you get 4 extra damage plus your weapon's damage.
14.
14. Not even gonna bother rolling on that. But yeah, you shoot him through the back. If you want to describe that.
He instantly drops to the floor as his legs collapse under him, under his effectively crippled body.
And he is now dead. Alright, there you go. Yeah, those two. And the rest of you, do you want to pursue, shoot at them? What do you want to do?
I say we let them live and follow them.
Agreed.
I want to see where they're going.
Yep.
I just wanted to shoot one of them. Which I was successful in my ventures.
Alright.
Let's follow him.
You guys begin to follow them. Oh, hold on 1 second while I take care of these.
I'd also like to try again on my comm beat to see if I can get in contact with Lieutenant Leo.
Go ahead and make a tech check this time.
Alright.
That's what.
Does that count towards our counter?
Two
Yeah,
dice.
does that count towards the counter?
Is that number 7?
Roll tech number 7.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you get
Three
2
and a
dice
2.
for tech? Oh
Yes.
my god.
I'm a fucking white scar.
That is a good point. You
I am like mildly retarded.
you call out on
My
the-
homeworld uses horses.
You call out for for the commander. However, you accidentally hail on the squad comms and get
Keep this frequency clear.
and receive no response from the lieutenant as you're on squad comms. They
Do you want me to try and contact him?
Marine, do it.
they begin running away. I'm gonna take a quick piss, so if you guys want to grab water and stuff like that, we're
Okay.
gonna be transitioning
I'll
to
also- yeah,
another
I'll be right
scene here in a
back.
second, so just go ahead and take a break for a second. Let's hear. In pursuit of the errant serfs, you begin to make your way down darkened gantries and poorly lit corridors until you happen across a poorly lit alleyway. The serfs, who, unlike you, do not have eidetic memory, have appeared to run themselves into an alleyway.
A corner.
It's basically a alleyway between 2 hab blocks, and to your backs, we'll use one of the.
Question.
Yes.
Am I allowed to shoot? Cause there is a I need to open the PDF if you don't mind. 'Cause I forgot to have
Go
the
ahead.
PDF open. I have to open the not PDF. Zoom out, and then we go to page 1. I think it's 87. Yes, 187. Because of my weapon, I have an ability called shoot to disarm. Because they are called shots are allowed to be used to disarm opponents.
Yes.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
But first, before you do that, upon running themselves, you're hot on their heels, as no mortal can even hope to outrun an Astartes. But using their familiarity with squeezing between pipes and stuff, they manage to elude you for a good couple 200-300 meters, I'd say. And finally, you run them into this alleyway. Upon reaching this, they kind of turn around, look at each other, and then look back at you. One of them, the cultist on the right, subsequently turns his auto pistol on himself and shoots himself in the head. And the one on the left begins to start sobbing and throws down his arms.
I guess it's time for a mind probe.
Sudayeb.
Yep.
I think you should take the lead on this one.
Yeah, I'll run forward and just like.
Is there anything
Grab
else
him
in this
by the
alleyway?
arm-
Can I
by
do
the
a
arm.
awareness, I guess?
Yeah, do go ahead
Awareness check.
and well,
Actually, what is
Before
your
any-
awareness value?
8.
before anyone
Okay,
else
yeah,
moves,
that's
yeah,
good.
someone make an awareness check. So go ahead and roll
Okay.
that.
That's not part of it. It's just these 8.
Okay. Well, I mean that fucking succeeds. I'll tell you that. That's a pretty good roll.
The floor here is made of floor.
Yeah, the floor is fluorite. Fluoridified, if you will.
The insulation is asbestos.
So
Wait a
you
minute.
can look around and you see there's several conduits. What forms the alleyway is several conduits running into the back of this area and then essentially terminating at a control port or a
Ah.
access screen, which is pretty typical. It's basically a relay station for some of this. With your technical knowledge, you're able to identify that this is likely
Yes.
a switch control area.
Got it.
There are several ventilation shafts, vents, if you will, to the left and right, and they are probably like 2 feet tall by 3 feet wide, marked there.
Got it.
And those are at leg level. For you guys, they're basically at boot level because, of course, you know, your increased stature. His friend there has painted the wall, well, the pipes rather, with red, and the what was once green glowing terminal is now coated in a thick layer of pink brain matter.
A terminal.
Yes, and
Protection.
Number 8! Give it up for rule number 8!
well, number 8. Yeah, number 8. Yeah, that's actually quite funny. And so his friend there is seemingly kind of fucking lost and confused, and
Mm-hmm.
he starts just sobbing, and I mean you can smell that he's pissed himself in fear. As Space
Pissed and
Marines are
shit and maybe
genuinely
even
very fucking
His
terrifying.
Fucking
angels.
terrifying.
Yeah. And this is what you come across. You don't notice any traps, anything like that. You, of course,
Mhm.
the base plates for the catwalk that you guys are currently on are they're fucked up. I mean, it's a shitty engineering deck. Nothing's really functioning well. Behind you is a mag rail, which you haven't heard any mag trains on recent at all, which is peculiar. That's where you guys are at.
Cool.
So are you gonna probe his butt?
Yeah, I think
Yep.
KGB take the lead from
Run
here, I
up and
guess.
seize him.
Okay.
Do I need to actually roll anything to just grab onto him?
He's lost all willpower. He doesn't even fight you.
Yeah, and I'll do a
He is
mind
sad
probe here.
seeing his brother paint the wall. I mean, Asmo star.
Alright, I think that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. I feel like that probably does over his willpower.
Let me look. Oh yeah. So, and no complication. Very nice. You grab him and probe his mind. What are you looking for specifically? Because you can't just rip his thoughts from him, so you have to have direction.
Yeah, anything about like who he's doing this for, like who ordered him to do this.
The strongest prevailing motion in his emotion right now, and motivation, is he is incredibly hungry right now.
Mm-hmm.
He is very hungry, and he's also very scared. Whenever you get close to what he's scared of, though, his mind slips away. Although you're a trained psyker and obviously have much more mental fortitude than this man, it seems that there's something blocking your mind from figuring out what exactly is scaring him. But
Do you have any food blocks on you?
I will say that
no.
you guys, I will say some of you guys have ration packs. Like you have a ration pack. You don't really need them though.
Give a little bit to the man and see if we can get some further questions out of him.
Alright, yeah, I'll set him down and just say, relax, as I take out a ration bar and give it to him and just say, eat this.
He grabs, well,
Eat
timidly.
this Senzu and eat this Senzu corpse starch, nigga.
So you hand him some of your nutrient bar green, Soylent Green. You hand him nutrient bar
Made
green.
out of his buddy.
Yeah, to eat, and he timidly takes it at first, and then suddenly, feverishly, like rips the package open, and just starts eating it. But you notice he saves half of it. Yeah, and then he stows it in his pocket, in his chest pocket, and he says, "What do you want?"
Answers.
Why did you attack us? We were coming down here to deliver food for you.
We were trying to get food before they got it.
Ah,
Who are
they.
you talking about? Who is they?
Amish. Amish, the great
Amish?
deceiver. He's looking for you, you know that? He's looking for all of us, and he begins to sob again and kind of lose his control of himself.
Alright. There's no point in wasting one of the lives of one of the Emperor's servants. I'll leave him be.
Alright.
We should go find who he was talking about.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
And I will once again try and contact Lieutenant Leo over my,
Hey, what the Tech Marine do that this time?
No, I'm
Fucking
perfectly fine with it.
illiterate
Hang on.
Mongolian.
I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, see, I got a 3 and a 1.
So you again call over the squad net for Leo. This time This time you use instead of calling Lieutenant Leo, you say Leo, respond. You say this over the squad net, and they hear you.
Yeah.
Brother, you a little fucking Mongolian.
So this time, instead of receiving, so this is a bit intense for what's going on right now.
Like the intense battle music. Here, have this bar.
Yeah, right.
Please eat.
Eat. Yeah. So instead of this time receiving no reply, the
Are you
static.
hungry? No. Of course you are.
Of course you are. It shoves the fucking bar down his throat. Suddenly, the
Eat, damn it.
Voxnet crackles with activity, and you hear wait 1 second. A frantic Vox call from somewhere deep within the deck. The voice over the Vox is begging for assistance, saying, "The greatest Shem is coming! We need help! Anyone who can still understand us, please!" And then suddenly the link cuts dead. You all listen tentatively for a few minutes, or a few moments, but nothing but static populates the VoxNet. If you'd like, you can do a tech check to try and triangulate where this transmission came from.
Also, is my helmet's hearing good?
Yes,
again?
I will do
Again?
a tech check.
I'm assuming it is. I'm guessing I'm.
You
done
all
with
hear
it.
this! You all hear this! You
I
all
get
hear
2
this!
3s. Do I succeed the tech check?
You do not. However, as your brother Tech Marine may be more adequate at this task, he decides to promptly step in, right?
Yes.
Okay. Your brother Tech Marine steps in.
I used my servo arm to fucking pull off your goddamn.
Well, no, you
fuck.
all hear this. You all fucking hear this. It's on all of your nets. It's over like every
Yeah.
frequency.
I'm going to fucking hack into his goddamn channel and transmit it myself. Fine, I'll do it myself.
Give it up for number 8.
Alright,
So
hold
roll
on.
a tech check.
No, watch me not fucking get it.
No, this was 7,
Okay.
right? Wait, no, that was 8
No,
because we
it's
counted
8.
KGB.
This is 8.
Yeah. It was a pretty strong call. If you guys, however, before
well, it's as powerful as KGB's tech roll ever could be.
if you like, you can spend some glory points to re-roll this, or add another dice to the dice pool.
Yeah.
Keep in
Oh,
mind you have
7
Hell.
glory points, and the max you can have is 8.
Yeah, honestly, I don't
So-
know. It's
Spend 2 glory points on this.
Ooh,
Honestly.
let's think about this one.
yeah. Because of plenty of glory points, especially from the previous session, you guys actually managed to hit a shit ton of criticals. So if you want to add 2 dice and then go ahead and roll those and see what the result are. Or result is
Okay.
in English.
Yeah, F-Flux is gonna have to come off for a bit.
so just two new die.
Yeah, just 2 new dice and roll
Okay.
them.
Would you like to use glory points? And there's like the
Would you like to know more?
would you like to be a millionaire? Like music going on the. Dun, dun, dun.
No,
So
it's
that's
like,
6
glory points
successes.
re-
That's
Do you have
6
a glory
successes.
points rewards card?
Yeah, you have a glory points rewards card. You're able to identify the encryption as a call from HAB number 1002 CBF 432112. Usually,
Got it.
as you all know, especially the Tech Marine, this is where the ship security forces are bunked on any level. Of course,
Ah.
the numbers are a little bit different, but generally speaking, this HAB unit is designated as a security station. Not the headquarters, as that's located somewhere in the actual command levels of the ship. But on this deck, that's probably as close to a headquarters as you'll get for security. So you realize
Does.
that this comes from there, and you also know that due to your eidetic memories, you know your way around this deck for the most part. That's only 2 kilometers away from your current position. Although it is on the upper levels, so you may have to catch a mag train in order to get to it.
Brothers.
So this is something that you identify.
Let's get going.
Before we go, I have an idea. Last time we got attacked,
Out
and
with it.
they saw us before we even came. They saw us before we got to even shoot, and they fired upon us. If we know the layout of this place, we can cut the power before we go in.
No.
Oof.
Keep in mind, there are not 1 or 2 or 3 or 12 or 10 or 100 or 1200 generators powering this deck, but an entire reactor that powers the ship also is linked
You're
up.
suggesting we cut power to the entire engine deck.
Yes.
That is actually like heretical.
No, do not do that. Yeah, that. I don't even think you could unless you had melta charges, which you guys do not. So no.
My bad.
You
Good,
think
good
so?
idea.
With enough tech rolls, we could.
Good idea, but you can cut power to certain areas like buildings, but not like if you wanted to cut it to the entire deck, it would be something.
No,
Keep
I'd
in
be
mind
like
this is a
saying to the
massive
security
area.
deck.
Keep in mind this is a massive area. It's like almost 100
Already
square
sent
kilometers.
Leo getting an aneurysm at just us discussing it.
Yeah. The lieutenant just pissed, like
Please do
steaming.
not. Like imagine you're on a fucking aircraft carrier or like a nuclear submarine, you know, and you're like, what if we just blew up the reactor?
Yeah. So I would strongly suggest against that unless you really want to try.
It's roleplay.
I was saying more like cutting like specific power to a room, but
Yeah.
That's an option, but right now there's, yeah. Anyways, so you guys gonna go to this?
What sort of roll someone would have to make to cut power to a room?
would it have to be like a
Hmm.
What's
variety
he
roll?
doing in there? What wires are he cutting?
What roll
What-
is he making?
What's he
What
accessing in there?
Yeah, what's he's accessing in there?
Yeah, brothers,
Anyways,
get on
so
the
do you guys
move.
want to continue to the hab?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys begin your journey down there. Who wants to make an awareness check? As
I
it is
will.
about 3 kilometers away.
I will.
And also,
I-
who's
I've
going to be
already
on
stated
point
my
as well? And
intention.
what formation
I will.
relatively will you be taking?
Well, how big is the hall?
Well, you're
2
gonna
by 2 cover formation.
you're gonna be walking on top of a mag rail, activating the mag locks on your boots to get there, as it's a really steep
Mm.
incline.
Also, I should probably take the roll because I have like 8 awareness.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. So who's taking it then?
I took it.
All right. 1 second. Let me erase this. Okay.
Also, I think what we should have is we kind of like an arrowhead where you take the lead, Sudab.
The
And
shape
we
doesn't
have-
matter. I'm more of looking who's just in front and who's in back. That's really what I care about.
Sudab is in front where me and him are filling up. Me and Ashtar are filling out the ranks behind him.
All right. You and Valerian
yeah.
are in the rear. Got it.
Got it. Sounds
All right.
good to
So
me.
you guys continue. Let's see here. So during the first part of your journey, through the mostly deserted walkways, occasionally you run into a mumbling surf, or you can see eyes peering out of hab units at you. You complete the first third of your journey, the first kilometer.
Are you able to question any of the serfs?
If you'd
Or
like,
going?
you can make a agility check to try and grab one of them, because they hear you coming, so they like try to bolt indoors or hide for
Okay.
the most part.
Who has the best agility here? Because I have a 5. I think Ashron probably has a 5.
Or actually, it would be an
and,
athletics, but yeah, athletics check. Excuse me.
Oh well, then
And you're
we
gonna have
should
to
just
literally wrestle one of them to the ground.
Hey, KGB, make the check. You have 11.
All right. Oh, that was What
Athletics.
check? Athletics?
Athletics, correct.
It's because you're such
Okay.
an athletic
You're,
boy.
you're literally grabbing a surf as they're trying to run from you. And keep in mind, you're in a starter, so this should be a pretty fucking easy roll.
Lips on butter. Oh!
Alright, yeah, you grab them.
That was a 4, not a 1.
Yeah, I saw that. You grab onto a woman who's holding a doll wrapped in a blanket, and she's mumbling to herself, and
I
you
just
grab
pinch
her.
like the temples of her head between my like thumb and forefinger and lift her up to eye level.
Jesus Christ. She begins wailing. What do you have to say to her?
Where is the leader?
Why were we
need to
doing
ask-
this again?
We need to find the we need to ask more about what we're coming into. So what was the name that he was, or the previous
Who was
guard
Amersh?
Hashem.
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 Hashem. You shouldn't say that name. That's a bad
Who is
name.
it?
It's not who is it. What is it? What are you? What am I? What are we doing here? Where am I? And she begins
Shoot
screaming.
this fucker.
She begins
I am
screaming. and
Librarian
wailing.
Sudayeb of the White Scars, who is...
The
I
White
can't remember the
Scars?
name.
Hashem.
Hashem.
Hashem. I am Librarian Sudayeb of the White Scars, who is Hashem.
What is
What
a
is
white
Hashem?
scar?
Fucking, I'm mind probing this.
It's like a scab, but when it gets all pussy and nasty.
Are you
Just
calling him
fucking, I'm
pestilent?
mind probing this bitch.
Alright.
Fucking says it over Xbox. He's like, nah, that damn fucking
Yeah.
fizz."
Yeah,
Three
that's a success.
I
That's a
feel like
success. Yeah.
3 would probably be like the average willpower at the highest
is.
for like a normal person.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
2 for a schizo like her.
She
Well, and
clearly
also
knows
she's
what
like
sleep
literally lost it, so
is.
it's easier for her. I'm accounting for that, but basically, you can. Well, first of all, what are you trying to probe from her?
What is Hashem?
She's not quite sure. She's terrified of it, but she is afraid of it, and she thinks it's something that's omnipotent. She thinks it's something very powerful, and she does not know what Hashem is, but she knows that Hashem controls many men and controls the food.
What is the name of the head bureaucrat in charge of this distribution of food on this hab block?
You're gonna speak to the manager?
Munitorum adept Secundus Sicarius.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We're just gonna write that down.
Sicarius.
Secundus.
I was just wondering if like the manager's name is like Hashem, and then it was just gonna be like, okay, well,
Yeah, just some fucking Munitorum clerk who's really bad at his job. That's what the whole mission is. It's actually just a Munitorum clerk
would
who's
be
really
one-
bad.
1000% on brand for the Imperium.
It really
He's
fucking
so
would
bad
though.
at his
I'm actually mad I
job.
didn't think of that. That would have been like such a funny like gotcha.
We get to the office, he's just like panicked, like sorry, I just hang on a minute here. There's just like papers like everywhere. I'm
There's
sorry, I
literally a
just
fire.
I'm sorry, I'm new to this job.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to work
It's
yet.
like, I just got out of adept school at the Munitorum. I don't know what I'm so it's been so hard since my mother passed.
just walk over and clap his head.
Yeah, literally just pap.
Box his ears.
Yeah.
Just incompetency.
Anyways, so no, it is not the Munitorum clerk in charge of her specific hab block's food rations is Secundus Sicarius.
Okay.
She doesn't even know who his supervisor is. That's the interface man she deals with. Otherwise, what else are you looking for now that you've got her? Because I mean, you're in her head,
Is there anyone else who's sort of in charge here, like any sort of second in commands to Hashem?
Ah. She knows of a former watch captain by the name of Akred. Akred was in charge of the Arbides section. I was in charge of this part of the engine deck. Or not Arbides, but naval security, excuse me. And she has seen him a couple of times, and she's seen him brutalize people, and she's seen him steal food from other people. However, the problem is the flow of rations.
Watch cap. Oh yeah, Arbites.
Yeah. The no, not Death Watch. No.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No. She doesn't know why, but the food stopped flowing into the engine deck.
Hmm.
And
the soil and green must flow.
Yeah. It's on the deck. You can almost smell it. Soylent Green. And he's the guy who steals her food and steals her habmates' food. It's gotten to the point inside of certain habs where they've resulted to either at first eating small rats, and then pets, and then they, in some cases, she hasn't done it herself, but she's heard rumor of people eating each other. And even worse, she's heard rumors of people enjoying it, even when they don't need to.
Sounds sussy.
But as far as
Happers, I want my first time to be special. Me and the rest of I Cannibal.
I
I
fucking cannibal. Fuck off, dude. Fuck off. Otherwise, that's really all she knows about Hashem and his inner workings. But she does know that there's a local bully by the name of Akred.
Is there any people in the security hub?
She has no idea about that.
Well, at
Hey,
that
I
point,
asked
if we
the
can't figure
questions
that-
here.
Yeah.
If we can't ask any more questions, right? Because I think we've kind of expended everything. Well, she is no more use to us.
KGB?
Yeah, I think that we're kind of done here, so I'll let her go.
Alright, you let her go, and she kind of just falls to the floor, drooling. She's, a mind probe is not exactly a pleasant experience for most mortals. She may never be able to think again, but, she's a serf, so who cares. Anyways, do you guys continue on your journey to the, watch station?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, KGB, are you still in point?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll another awareness check.
Okay. Let's see. Awareness.
Awareness.
Yeah.
I think that. Oh.
The way is a bit confusing. You remembered how to get there normally, but you didn't realize that the deck was a sphere, or a cylinder rather, and so that has actually thrown off your direction of sense a little bit. As a result, you guys end up taking a little bit of a detour and ending up next to a generator, which strangely enough is still being worked by some of the staff. Normally speaking, hab decks are full, the sidewalks and mag rails are full of traffic and people walking around, but other than the rest of the area, these are the only people that you've encountered besides the bandits that tried to shoot at you.
Alright, I'll approach them and ask, where is everyone else who's supposed to be working here?
They don't respond to you.
Well, he could make them respond.
They're unarmed.
probe.
They're clearly engine serfs, but
Alright, I'll just ask them again. I asked you a question, Surf.
the serf kind of just continues operating the station as he was before, as if you weren't even there.
Could try flashing food.
I'm gonna grab him by his shoulder and forcefully turn him around to face me.
Upon doing that, his eyes are bleached white. He's blind, clearly.
Hmm.
And upon closer inspection, there's dried blood leaking from his eardrums.
Oh.
And, well, not dried blood leaking, but there is dried blood leaking from his eardrums. And upon grabbing him, he starts grappling with you. Upon feeling your ceramite vambraces, he begins to panic.
All right, I'm just gonna push him back away from myself and look at the rest of the people in here to see if they are in a similar situation.
As far as you can tell, they're all the same. And the one who you push down falls to the ground, and he kind of just fumbles around like Velma for her glasses, for reference. Velma.
You.
And
Great.
and
You can't
he
say that
stumbles
in
around
calm.
looking for the controls, and then he gets back to the control station. You can also see a wrapper of a nutrient green bar fall out of his pocket. It's long been eaten, and the wrapper falls out empty.
I'm guessing most of these people are looking a little thin.
No, these guys actually, the rest of the serfs you've noticed have been relatively emaciated, which is not uncommon. But these ones, they seem to be well fed.
All right. What I'm
Seems like-
thinking is happening is that this character has been
Hashem.
Hashem, yes, has been trying to do the minimum amount possible to keep things from being to keep problems here from being noticed by feeding only the most important of serfs here and leaving the rest.
Do you think
What
he
he's
might have
doing with
blinded
all
and
the
deaf-
extra food he would be receiving, though, is still not clear.
I think he's blinded and deafened these men on purpose, so they can't really react.
Yeah.
This would have been long heard before if, well, they weren't in such a state of disrepair.
Do you guys continue looking around the area, or do you want to move on?
Should move on, I think.
Now let's I want to look around a bit more. I wonder if there's anything technology related we could check out.
Maybe a
Well,
roll of some sort.
They're
in the
operating
tech
some sort
grind.
of vital function for the engine. It's probably one of the many injectors from the looks of it. Otherwise, the thing's functioning. They're keeping it running. There's not much to be done. Unless you guys have something specific you want to try.
Alright, yeah, I want to keep moving on then.
Okay. Alright, so you continue on the last leg of your journey. Go ahead and roll awareness. KGB.
Alright. It's an alright roll. 4 successes.
Alright. You arrive successfully, without any further detraction, at the Naval Security Station. After a couple-hour-long journey, through the mostly deserted walkways, you arrive at HAB 1002 CBF 432112. The surrounding area is ripe with the smell of a freshly fought battle. The smell of discharged cordite and sulfur hangs heavy in the air. You can see several blast marks all along the HAB unit, indicating something much heavier than an autogun. You also see the pock marks of what could have been las guns all along the corridors leading up to this space. The front door of the HAB unit is blown wide open, with smoke and fire coming out, adding to the already oppressive heat of the engine deck. You see,
I sense any kind of psychic presence around.
no. Besides the tingle of already being inside the warp, you notice nothing.
Yeah. And the emotions of the engine deck.
Correct. You see the mutilated body of a blue uniformed naval security officer dragging itself away from the wreckage. It takes you a moment to realize he is still alive.
All right,
This
let's head over to them and have Manny's comatose, like walking vegetable body.
one of you guys can make a
See if he
medical
can
check.
try and help.
I'll
Because
make
you
a
know
medical-
he's got like the Nemuricium or whatever it's called,
Narthecium.
which is really for Astartes, not for normal humans.
Well, this man's been blown to shit. At best, you'll be able to stabilize him, but even your
Yeah.
rudimentary understanding of first aid or combat medicine tells you that this man will not
Here's-
be with you for much longer.
I'll roll Manny's Medicae skill for him,
That's
so that's
yeah,
11.
that's fine. That's totally fine.
I'm guessing you're just try and stabilize him temporarily.
Yeah.
That is that's the intent. Good thing we have Manny's card at least. Okay, that's a 2. I thought that was a 1 for a second.
The complication stabs him in the heart, instantly kills him.
I will help him. And it just like
Yeah,
pours
literally.
up the Nemuricium and just jams it into his chest.
No, it's like a I got this. Bang. Oops.
You grab him, and he's suddenly startled to realize that there are Astartes in their midst, or you could even say among them. And he sits there kind of glazed. His eyes are a little glazed over, and his teeth are chattering, presumably from the pain. You successfully stabilize him. What do you want to do?
What happened here?
The great Hashem! He began a revolt. He began a revolt, and he's killing us all. He's taking the food.
What
I don't
is
know
a sham?
I don't know. It's someone, something, but somehow it's gained control over many watch. That is, Lord Astartes. Arbidi watch captains. He swayed them to his side, and it's a full-on revolt. Why are there only 3 of you? Where are the rest?
For starties, we do not need more.
5 Astartes are enough to take a planet. 3 can handle 1 deck of a ship.
But he passes out temporarily. You're gonna have to roll another medical check.
Damn.
Alright.
Inject his heart with adrenaline.
Hey, that's a pretty good roll.
Unironically.
Damn, that's actually a really good roll. Shit.
Hit this nigga with that Senzu crack.
All right. So you managed to put alcohol swabs, which are of course standard issued among all Astartes aid kits, into his
You
nose,
take this
suddenly
baby
waking
wipe.
him back up. And he tells you, look, I don't know much about what's going on, but I know there's resistance in the sewers. They've been organizing against the Shem. They'll know more. I don't know. The intelligence, and then he passes out, and this time from blood loss. He's dead.
Damn. Alright, so that lead we've got is go down to the sewers. I'm actually not clear if the resistance he was talking about was against Hashem or against the actual ship. I believe it was against Hashem he was talking about. Yeah, let's head there then.
You can also the hab is burning, but it's not like there's just fires around it and in certain parts, but it's not like a gulf in flame. So
Oh boy. Brother Valerian,
Yes.
are you able to get in contact with Lieutenant Leo?
Let me let me see what I can do.
that's what tech number 9.
Hold on.
Give it up for number 9.
Also, yeah,
Come
just using
on,
my memory of
Vox.
the ship's layout, is there any sort of like communication center on this
There is.
deck?
There is.
Okay.
There's a communications relay on every major deck, especially by vital systems such as defense, some of the lance battery decks, and the comm array on the engine deck.
Engine?
Yeah, there is one, and you know where it is. All right. Did you make a roll?
Yes, it's the role that I have. Yeah.
Max, see
A
ya.
tech roll.
Literally going
tech
schizo
roll.
mode. Alright, you
Yeah,
successfully
but the
call over the
30th
comms
tech
net,
roll.
and you even managed to boost the signal a little bit. However, in return, all you hear is garbled, loud Voxhaler traffic, which essentially translates to radio stations that are inside the server.
Translates to "we're fucked."
Correct. So you get no response from any actual communication meant for you.
She just, Lieutenant Leo, are you there? Just like random voice from the warp says like, I like actually eat shit, and then just static.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you get a voice saying D's, and then it's like D's what? D's nuts, and then the link goes dead.
All right, then let's head to the.
We got these nuts from the fucking
How-
warp.
How much time would a detour to the communications room take?
It's pretty far inside of the engine deck. However, it's not out of the realm of feasibility.
Is it like on the way to the access to the sewers?
Not exactly, no. The sewers can be accessed from any point, and the problem is the gentleman did not give an exact location of where the resistance are in the sewers, merely that they are in the sewers. The Vox array is basically towards the core of the engine deck. It's behind several defensive grids, which of course you know exist. However, you have not seen any defense turrets or arrays activated yet, which is a good sign.
Alright, I figure that if there is something organizing in the sewers, it would be located near somewhere central. I feel like going there will be near the thing anyway. I think that first we should go to the comms room, and then after that we can check out the sewers.
I would suggest checking out the destroyed hab block.
Like, well, that's just like the whole area we're in, right?
The security post specifically.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we'll look at that first.
Go ahead and start clearing it, and then one of you make an awareness check.
I'll make an awareness check.
Or actually, an investigation check, excuse me.
I'll make an investigation check. Because I actually do have enhanced investigation. One, two, three, four. That's actually, I think, because those are all sixes.
Yeah, so you
That is
succeed the
7
investigation
successes.
check. The building is thoroughly burnt out. However, you managed to save a document from the fires. This one was not just a fire started by what appears to be heavy, possibly autocannon fire. You saved this one from a barrel that's intentionally been lit on fire. The document has information on a possible loyalist holdout in the sewer system in quadrant 235 CDF. You know where this
Okay.
is, however, there are several sewer junctions there. You also notice when clearing the structure that there is a field Vox communications setup set up on the top level of the HAB unit, indicating that they had to send the transmission manually using a field array.
Alright, Brother Valerian, can you see if we can get this working to contact Lieutenant Leo?
Yes.
Tech check number 10.
Hold on.
Rotate 10, rotate 10.
Hold on.
Now, are we going to be having a like persistent roll tech counter, like from one session to the next? It's only
yeah.
going up.
I'm keeping it going on
make
a
sure-
note card right now, so yeah.
Alright.
Oh shit! Time for the
Damn.
epic glory.
Yeah. Alright, so you managed to get the field array setting up. It's pretty standard Astra Militarum grade tech, not a security tech, which is indicative that they got it from one of the troop supply holds on board. On the array, you can hear no chatter except interpersonal communication on handheld radios between possible patrols, basically communicating that they have checked in at certain codename spots and are moving on. You don't know what the code names mean, and you can't really decipher them quite, but
Mm-hmm.
you know that that's probably not loyalist forces.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
we
What's the?
I guess can't use it to get in contact with Leo,
Damn.
and time to move on.
Yeah.
We've got our next location to head to in the sewers.
There you go. Do you guys want to keep going, or do you want to call it here for tonight?
Let's keep
Uh,
going.
I would kind of like to call it here for tonight.
Yeah, I think I'll also call it here.
Yeah, because that's basically, you guys actually have made it all the way through what I have written. I was very surprised. I thought this was going to take a lot longer. So you guys have made it through all the way what I have written. I have an idea of what we're going to do next.
The power of having a session 0.
Yeah, literally. Actually, though, that
Session
was
zero
super
actually
fucking
fine.
useful.
If we didn't, it'd be like 2 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that actually, like, the combat seemed really fast.
Yeah,
Like,
I also was like
Yeah,
did
it
move
skipping
went much
certain-
faster.
I was skipping a couple of things, mainly just the
There's
the
not really
people
strong
you ran
enemies.
into, their fucking like determination checks, just because you guys were killing them so quick. I'm like, even if they made all saves, they have one wound left and are like critically injured and cannot fucking and like exhausted, so they just
Pretty
crumble
much,
to the
they would just
ground
be
anyways.
bleeding out.
Well, yeah, they'd be exhausted, so they
Like,
crumble
they're
to the ground anyways.
effectively dead.
Exactly.
May
So
as
I'm
well
like,
not do it.
I'm not gonna